All right, hello everybody. Um, this is just a crazy one-off impromptu podcast. We're a bunch of casual gamers. We play a lot of casual stuff today. We're talking about Overwatch. We're very uh, definitely. I think Ewan, you probably have the most time in comp, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Ethan, how much comp have you played?
Let me check. Not a whole lot. I have the most time in Total Mayhem, that's for sure.
True.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah.
Oh, we can
Uh,
check. That's right.
well, my career,
uh,
I will say
I have
since the account
572 hours in comp.
572. Since my account merger, my
yeah,
profile is just not mine. It's somebody else's. I don't know what happened.
really.
Because it says I have more time in comp than quick play, and I know that's not true.
Got you. I have
I definitely have more time in quick play.
I have 57 hours in comp.
Okay, so it's probably like Ewan has the most, Ethan has the least amount.
Yep,
Um,
for sure.
but yeah, that's one thing actually I want to talk about is the account merging stuff. I don't know if anybody else has had this issue at all, but like I don't have like my profile. Like it says my most played character is Reinhardt, which he was at one point, but then it
Right.
shows like other characters like Arisa, Zarya, or something, and I'm like those weren't at any point all three together. Like it was always Hog, Rein,
Right.
and Doom. And then like at the
Right.
end of Overwatch 1, I think my most played character was Hog, then Doom, then Reinhardt.
Hmm.
So anyway,
You know,
this is a bunch of casual people talking about Overwatch from like
The beginning of time.
yeah, like not
yeah.
like I definitely play more casually than anything. I want to make that very clear that I'm not type 500. I've never tried to be. I know I won't be. I don't have the aim like at all. I've definitely got
Correct.
like the fucking like the game sense, but like my fucking aim is horrendous. So, that's a
So
good reason.
when Overwatch first came out on PC was when I started playing, and I got into comp a lot in season 2. And the highest I ever got was gold. But I feel like that gold is like now low end silver compared to how good people have become
Let me
over
put
the
Well,
it
course.
yeah.
let me put it in
People have definitely
perspective.
gotten a lot better.
Yeah, with the new ranking system, with the
Hmm.
competitive ranking system, it's so bad. It's all over the board. Everybody on Twitter, Reddit is complaining about how the placements, even on Twitch, the placements are so bad. Like,
Right.
I don't think my tank at the end of Overwatch 1 was higher than like mid plat, high plat,
Hmm.
but my peak with all of my characters was like was diamond, and then I almost hit masters on support. But I just did my comp placements for tank, and I
Hmm.
and I fucking placed like silver too, and I was like, what the fuck?
Dang,
Nice.
dude.
Yeah, it was a big yikes for me. I was like, how?
Yeah.
What? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, maybe because I don't play
Not on
Zarya
console.
every single game, it punishes me.
Right.
So, you guys want to start with that? The whole certain characters being far stronger than other characters at the current point.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
the
yeah,
most
definitely Zarya is the strongest one right now.
Zarya is stupid strong
Maybe
with
it does
the
punishes you for
double
not
bubble.
getting like as much damage
Mm-hmm.
as
Right.
like some of other tanks,
Right.
you know?
I think it's
Even though
because
you're like
Zarya.
still winning games.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's because Zarya just is
Right.
always dealing damage, like no matter what.
Right.
Like
I
Reinhardt's got a shield. Even when Zarya's bubbling, she's dealing
Yeah.
damage. You know.
Well, you know what sucks with how we rework the bubbles? Zarya can just bubble herself twice. She doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to need awareness of her teammates
Right.
because why would she waste a bubble on them when she can just use it herself?
Exactly. And you were telling me a little while ago about in Total Mayhem, just always has a bubble, infinite.
Yes, always.
Infinite
You
bubble.
the only
I
way
do
you
I
can
do like the
get her
double
off.
bubble change though. I like the how she could bubble herself twice. It's just because there's just one less tank now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
And
if
they
without like another tank, it would just die
Yeah, I
with just the
think
one
Right.
with
bubble.
the change where her energy depletes faster, I don't know if that was the move. I think it was a good move, especially with one less tank, and she's always the frontliner, right? So she's almost always got energy.
Always.
I think maybe she should do some like less damage because like first of all we could talk about how Arisa's just a fucking bully. She's just
Oh
mean.
my gosh,
It
it's
is
so bad.
if you don't pick Zarya against Arisa, you're pretty much losing. You know.
Yeah.
Uh, it's very rough. Like if
Or
I'm
Diva.
playing, yeah, if I'm
Sorry, against
playing
Diva.
and there's an Arisa on the enemy team and I'm like Hog or Doom, I'm just getting pushed
Yeah.
away like every time.
Oh
She
yeah.
fortifies. In the end of her fortified duration, she fucking does the baton twirl, and then she's Lucio booping you at the same time as negating your projectiles and hooks and stuff. And then she fortifies again after, and it's like, what the fuck? You're telling me this bitch is immune for like 15 seconds in a row, 20 seconds? That's crazy.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure you've seen it. When I'm playing support, an enemy Arisa can just run up into my face and just kill me with her gun, and hardly anyone can does anything to stop her, and
Yeah,
I just die.
I will
Just
say
You
hit
just press
walk
the
off.
W key and win.
that yeah, she's got the W key bound super hard. You know,
That's how you win.
and it is very heavily teammate dependent. I think now more than ever. It's so innately like a lot of put it like I was Shroud is playing and he was talking about how he just can't carry games and I was like, yeah, you can't. It's a team based game, but it's a little more than just the fact that it's a team based game. This you can play team based games and still carry, no matter
Oh,
what. Even
absolutely.
even sometimes in Overwatch you can. Like I'm not saying that it's impossible, but like
Right.
you could get 5 picks during a fight or 4 picks during a fight as like Widowmaker.
Mhm.
And let's say they have a ball and you're just not getting the pick and he's on cart and you get
Yep.
the other 4 picks, but your whole team is dead, you have no value because the
Oh,
cart's still being pushed unless you're stalling and you're gonna fucking 1v1 a ball as a Widowmaker or something. Like you're not providing any value to your team. So that in
yeah.
that sense, you can get a lot of picks and stuff, but you're not carrying because it's so
Mm.
dependent on keeping your teammates alive and preventing deaths. Like Kiriko right now is so fucking strong with that cleanse. We were just testing her out, and
Yes.
she could fucking cleanse everything. It's so obnoxious.
Oh,
Everything
yes.
but Zarya Grab and Sigma
Yeah,
Flux.
literally just besides Zarya Grav and Sigma Flux.
Now, do you feel like at the lower ranks that it is necessary for a team to have certain characters in order to do well and actually
Absolutely.
get
In
a
low
W?
rank?
Yes, like bronze and
Oh,
silver.
well, not really. I could probably play Hog in every comp game and do well, or even Doomfist or Reinhardt, you know, or
Right.
Ball or Winston. I don't
Right.
really. I will say, as personally, I don't play like Diva or Zarya that much. I'm not a huge fan of Diva's kit. I think she's really overtuned. I don't like the fact that she
Mm.
doesn't have an overheat mechanic and infinite ammo and can just rush you down and delete you. Um,
Yeah.
and I just never really got into Zarya. I was a main tank player in Overwatch 1, so I didn't play too much Zarya. Um, but now, as a tank player, you have to play everybody.
You
You
do.
know,
Right.
and if you don't play a certain character, your team gets mad. I
Right.
can't tell you how many games I've had where I'm playing Doom and they'll say swap Doom please, and then the person who asked me to swap is the
No.
DPS Moira, and then she proceeds to kill the
No.
whole game.
No.
Yeah, happens
Jeez.
often.
Weak mentals.
Dude, seriously, they crumble. They absolutely crumble. It's wild.
Now,
You
what do you
start
think
losing one
about
team fight and they're just complaining about you not switching and then
Exactly.
right?
proceed to throw.
Mm-hmm.
Low elo.
People say elo
Yeah,
hell doesn't exist. It's like,
it does.
it really does.
It does. Now, what do you feel? How do you feel about Winston's secondary shot?
I
His
love it.
long range shot.
I like the poke, yeah.
I love it.
Definitely
That's
if there's just
great.
one tank now,
Yeah. You
you don't
feel
have
like
the
it's
And
versatility.
it's essentially hit
right.
scan. And if you have the right crosshair and you can, tell when it's charged up all the way, like I've got a crosshair set up so I can see when exactly I can just, because you can like overcharge it past like its
Hmm.
cap and it stays at that cap. So you can hold it until you're ready to fire, which is good. But if you're looking to just spam it, you can like get it to its full charge, let go, full charge, let go, full charge, let go, and do like the most amount of damage you can as fast as possible.
That's pretty crazy.
And
Because
How
I
much
haven't
damage does it do
played.
full charge? Is it 50?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a good amount.
I wish you could like check. Is that a thing? Tesla cannon.
Has the
I don't
can.
think so. I
So
don't
if
think
you
it
go on
shows
Overwatch's
everything.
website, they have all these characters. They don't have. I hate that they don't have like numbers. It's so
Yeah.
annoying.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't have any stats of like any damage.
Hmm.
It's kind of one of those hidden stats.
Yeah, man. I wish there was like a list. We should make a list of
We
like
should.
how much damage every attack does, and then just put it in like a fucking Google Doc or something. I'm sure it exists. Actually, I'm sure it 100%
Oh yeah.
exists.
Yeah.
But it's definitely good for poking. We were playing yesterday, and I was on Winston, and there was like a Mercy like in the air, super low, because of her new fucking elevator super jump, right?
Yeah.
And I just choose low, and I shot her with a Tesla cannon. It felt great. I was like, holy shit, that's so nice.
You can do something.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it makes him really good at holding corners too, because you can what is it, Coliseo? Is that map? What's it called? I actually have the critical information. Yeah, Coliseo. Um, that map is rough because of that super long hallway with the bot, and
Yes.
and the ability to peek a corner and poke with the Tesla cannon and just kind of keep people back a bit more with Winston is nuts. Because like
True.
he'd never had that
Really?
ability before. Yeah, I think
It's
Winston's
from
very
like
good for holding corners now.
the push barricade.
Yeah. Or even like on the
'Cause
left
that's
side.
just
Like
like
okay, it depends on what side of the
a
map you're on,
long
but just on
corridor.
like the outer part of that curve, towards the middle of the map, not where the bot or the barricade and the bots start, but on the other side of that wall,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where you can like look at each other's spawns and shit. Like right there is a good spot
Hmm.
to engage.
Mm.
Like I
Yeah.
tell you what, if you're attacking when you're attacking on that map, like just go flank that little area, and because like almost every time, because the game mode is still new, people are just gonna go straight to the bot.
Oh, most definitely. That's
Don't
9
even look at the
times
bot.
out of
Fuck the
10.
bot. The bot game mode.
Fuck the
I hate the bot game mode. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Now, do you like it better than 2CP, or do you like it worse than 2CP?
100%.
100% more than 2CP.
100% way better than 2CP.
I
Oh
love
my
the
god, 2CP
maps
was
on
horrendous.
2CP. I love the
Yeah.
map styles and the map design. I hate the game mode.
Yes. 2CP is so rough
It's
It's just
brutal.
awful.
because at
I think
least with bot,
Horizon Lunar Colony would have actually been a good map if it wasn't 2CP.
If they
You
made
know?
it like a bit
Yeah.
longer, they
It was
could have
such a
easily
great
made it a
design.
hybrid map. Easily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because are they going to repurpose any of those maps, like turn them into a payload type map or a push type map, or are
No,
they just
they wouldn't do
they're
that
dead?
because they would have to actually redesign the map, and they don't have the. I don't think Blizzard has the resources for that right now amid the sexual lawsuits. But
That's pretty sad.
yeah. But what were we talking about originally? My fucking ADHD is going off the rails right now. We started with Zarya and playing
Zarya
Zarya in
tanks.
comp.
Yeah.
Or just playing Zarya in general. Like, it really sucks that I feel like if I don't play Zarya, I'm not gonna win the match in comp.
So you essentially feel locked into Zarya. You don't have the
100%.
ability, like you're in comp, you can't go hog because you feel like you're throwing.
Yeah, or Doom, and Doom,
I feel that.
right now is decent at lower. Like the only time Doom isn't good is against a team who specifically knows how to counter Doom. When Doom
I
puts his
think.
arm up,
Yeah.
if
Mhm.
you're playing against the bad Doom, he'll fucking use his abilities, get in, and then arm up, and then he'll just fucking sit there because the only cooldown he has is punch.
Is the
So if he
gunshots.
uses his punch to get out, he's now wasted that power up he has. Right. So he can't. He literally just went in, took damage, and just gave them ult charge for no reason.
Right.
Yeah, that's if he gets out. An enemy team knows that if a Doomfist uses his abilities to get in, you can kill him. He's dead, and then they're down their fucking tank.
Jeez.
And then you just kill their team, like.
And then you just win.
And I feel like at lower elos, it's easier to play Doom because people aren't as aware and don't have that game awareness or game sense
Mhm.
to know those
I
things.
think in low elo, you can pretty much just play anything and win. I feel
Yeah.
that
Like I
I
feel
can
like
play
I can
anything
still
and
play
win.
Hog against Orisa if she
Yeah.
is like if like my DPS are like bugging their backline. Like if I have a Tracer and I'm Hog, and if Tracer can even distract the supports for like 5 seconds. If as long,
Mhm.
I can tell I know when Orisa's gonna come off Fortify. I can tell when she's gonna be done with Baton Spin. I can hook her. I have a very
Right.
small window where I can hook her before she can Fortify again. Okay.
And you
And
don't
I
need your Lucio can go bother their backline as well. He can
yeah.
just speed boost around, go
Anybody
have fun.
can, or a lot of these new Kirikos that are all about DPS and then use their ability to get out and leave,
Wow.
which is fine to be honest. I mean, she's got the damage. She does a lot of damage.
The headshot
What is it,
damage
150
is
headshot? It's crazy.
120.
yeah, it's
It does 120.
ridiculous.
Yeah, because you can one shot a Tracer. So if like Tracer's on you and your Kiriko, throw a, if like even if you don't know if
So
you're gonna hit
150.
her, no, it's 120.
Then how can you one shot a Tracer?
Because
Tracer
you
has
no, that's
150
what I'm
out.
trying to say is if she's on you and you can get the headshot immediately melee after each
Punch? Oh,
kunai,
I see.
and then
Mhm.
you might be able to kill her if she's like fucking up your shit,
Right.
you know. But like
Yeah, because I've killed a widow before as Kiriko from, way back just throwing kunai. It's
oh yeah,
so
I
delicious
don't think it
and
has damage fall
satisfying.
off, which is weird
It
because
It
doesn't.
is weird.
it's a kunai, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a Hanzo log arrow or a Widowmaker headshot, which I think even Widow has damage fall off, but it's like really far.
Mm.
Yeah,
Or
she
it's not
does.
like a mystical Zen orb, which is full of robotic magic. Um, it's
It's
a
like you
fucking
can't do
it's a
shuriken.
piece of metal that you throw, right? Like I
Pew!
get
Right.
I get that the game isn't realistic, and I don't want to push too far into like what is realism in a game where you've got a robot horse that turns to fucking gold and can't be CC'd. But like,
Right.
but like, it's just kind of
Take
weird.
take this guy who's a renowned archer, but his arrows have fall, but yet this girl can throw a small piece of metal and it doesn't fall whatsoever. It just stays in a
Yeah,
straight line all the way
yeah.
through.
It's
I guess
good,
you're
man.
bordering on semi-realism at that point. But like, we don't want to talk about that because man, Doomfist fucking sucks, and that pisses me off. Anyway, let's not fucking let's not. I'm a Doomfist man. I don't want to fucking focus
this
on that too
this
much.
is a Buff Doom Fist podcast.
Hell yeah, this is a Doomfist
Reach
simp.
out
But
to
I
Blizzard.
simp for Doomfist podcast.
Yeah.
Blizzard, pay
yeah,
attention.
yeah, the meta picks are actually very real. Like you if in like probably mid high to high elo, you probably can't play a lot of non-meta characters without like winning games or expected to win games rather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
'cause what is the
do you
pro meta right now? What do all the pro teams run? Like Florida Mayhem and all them.
I honestly couldn't even
Florida
tell you. I
Mayhem?
have not. That's funny you said Florida Mayhem is pro team.
Florida
They're
Mayhem.
great. I
I
love
know.
Florida Mayhem. Represent Florida. But like, I haven't been watching Overwatch
I think
for
they're in the playoffs actually. They're
forever.
just not super great. I've been kind of keeping up with Overwatch League,
Okay,
but
so let's talk. Okay, so Zarya has nerfs coming. Apparently,
Yep.
I think they said
Oh,
what was it
really?
November something. I'm not sure the exact date. But I think they said sometime November, early November, is what I heard. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But Zarya, her barrier duration is going to be reduced from 2.5 to 2 seconds,
Dang.
and the cooldown is going to be
that's kind
increased.
of big.
The cooldown is going to be increased from 10 to 11 seconds.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
small number changes like this to even a more casual audience who knows might
I think
watch
that's
this in the future
also kind of big.
might not seem like a lot. That's pretty big. That's a hefty change, right? That's Zarya's
I don't think I
personal
can.
bubble from 5 seconds to 4 seconds, and that can change the game.
I don't think I could count the amount of times where if I had like a second less time,
Mm-hmm.
I would have died as Zarya.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because you're
Using
always
bubble.
as Zarya, you super micromanage your bubbles. You have to.
Mhm.
You have to, bro.
Or if you have the right support, you can just fucking turn off brain, bubble all time, and just do damage and get drove.
Yeah.
Another character right now that's really strong. We talked about Zarya. Zarya's really strong. I feel like I have to play her, or else
Do we want to talk about tanks
people
first?
get mad.
We talk about Orisa,
We
right?
could also we could talk about Arisa next. Shut up, Forbes. Sorry, I'm on Forbes right now looking at all the hero changes. Arisa as a tank. How do you want to go in order, or do you just want to talk about the ones we think about? Because right now, Arisa, all I can think about is how much of a fucking bully she is.
Yeah. Yeah. We can definitely just go in order.
Okay. It's brutal that Arisa's javelin, right,
Mhm.
is it's 50 contact and then 50 more on wall impact.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
crazy.
realize
I didn't know there was
that.
wall impact. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't
So
realize that.
if you hit them with her ability and it's 50, and then if you hit the wall, it's another 50, so
And
it's 100.
dude, that's huge.
And and I think Doomfist is the same if his punch is fully charged.
So when you
So
throw your arm up and you get shot at.
so you have to go in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking bitch about Doomfist the entire time. Uh, so you have to fucking go. You have to. You can hold a corner as Doom. You don't have to use your abilities to go in. You take damage on your arm. Okay.
Mhm.
After it gets to max, then you have your charged punch. Then you have to land your punch, which you should always aim for the tank, by the way. If they're grouped up around their tank. If not, good luck. You know, it's not as easy to
Right.
hit shots anymore because of Junker Queen speed boost, Lucio speed boost, shit like that.
Right.
To land your punches. But always aim for the tank, especially if they have Diva. Diva is probably the easiest tank to hit because all Diva players just hold primary fire, and that gives her that innate kind of slow. You know, she can't move as fast when she's primary firing, and it's way easier to
Yeah.
punch her. You punch the whole rest of the team. If they hit a wall, which usually they do, most of the time they usually do hit a wall, especially with the new punch mechanic where they all just go fucking like 8 miles fucking away from you. Um,
Right.
they'll take 100 damage, which is fine.
Jeez. Yeah. Yeah.
I believe.
For
Don't
tank, that's
don't quote me.
nothing.
I need to do more Doomfist research. Usually, I just fucking like I said. Most of the time, I play, I turn off my brain and just fucking go in. Usually, you don't think about that stuff.
Right.
I know a lot of high meta Doom players like Zebra, Quake. I'm not sure if uh, I know Backstab Bud used to play Doom. I don't think he plays nearly as much as he used to. I think he's more of a DPS player, not a Doom player.
Hmm.
There's a few other players like that. They'll do the damage. They'll know the numbers, and they'll be like, okay, uh, in this combo, I can get off 2 shots, get a kill, and get out. You know, blah blah bullshit. And now with Doomfist,
Yep.
actually Doomfist has a higher reload too, so it's easier for him to get kills. Um,
Right.
but
Because
go ahead.
if I was just gonna say, if you think about each tank's kit,
Hmm.
what they were designed to be and how to act, it they just feel so different.
Oh, like
And obviously,
going back to Arisa.
yeah,
We were originally talking about her javelin impact and everything.
correct.
So the I really should have taken some fucking meds this morning for my ADHD. It's fucking killing me, bro. So when Doom gets that punch, right? There's
Yes.
not a lot he can do to capitalize after that. Um, you know, playing from a low elo point of view, especially if you have no one else to combo with you. But Arisa, you can fucking fortify, get your javelin throw in, get that 100 damage, and you're still
Yep.
fucking charging. You're booking it.
Yes, you
That's
are.
not including baton twirl. You can use your javelin, use your baton twirl, and then get in really fast with the twirl because it gives you that speed boost, and then do your ult, and somebody's dead.
Yep.
Unless they're Kiriko cleanses them and shit like that. Um, Arisa feels really strong right now. She does just straight up feel like a bully.
Would you say she's better now than Overwatch 1, where she got the shield? Her kit right now?
I think because Overwatch 1 was a different game and there were two tanks, I'm going to say no. I think she's far better now, but in the sense of she was good in Overwatch 1 where she was in terms of like because double shield was meta. So
Wait.
she was good for double shield.
Yes, she was.
But with like let's say as a main tank, no, she was not a good main tank. She was good for double shield. That's about it. Um, uh,
Maybe she was secretly a support tank.
maybe,
and
but
not
I mean,
main
if you want to look into like sub roles, that's rough because like then we're gonna talk about like how fucking Baptiste and Brigitte are tank supports, and
Correct.
just hearing that makes me cringe and makes me mad.
Like, I don't think, if I look at the hero list, I don't think Sigma was a main tank. Like he had a shield
No,
and everything,
he
but I think he
wasn't.
was definitely
He
like
could
more of
have
a
been a main
support
tank before his nerfs. When he first came out, he was 100% a main tank. But then they nerfed his shield, his damage.
Oh my god, when he first came out, he
He
was
was.
insane.
I think everybody's strong
He
when
was
they first come out. But I mean, they
in
haven't.
Yeah.
like
They haven't touched Sojourn yet. They haven't touched Kiriko yet, and they haven't. And they said
Right.
they're going to touch Junker Queen. I think season 2.
Wow.
I don't know.
'Cause
Maybe
if
they're
you-
doing
climbed
Sojourn 2.
I climbed to almost GM with Sigma.
Mhm.
When he first
Jeez.
came out, I got to 3900 and then I stopped. That was like way back before even like roll Q is a thing. So it's just
Yeah, so
kind
you
of
just
mayhem.
play Sigma and just carry.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Do you think roll Q has reduced the greater possibility of carrying a team because you can't capitalize on the fact that they have a bad team comp because they have to have like in Overwatch 1 the 222, right? Before they could
Yep.
have
Whatever.
5
Oh.
DPS and you could fucking
Smile.
pick every single one as like Hog and shit or Widow or Hanzo or whatever. A lot of
I mean,
those
yeah,
one-shot
probably.
characters.
I
But
do feel
again, that's
that.
probably also in like mid to low elo
Yeah,
where
like
people didn't care.
oh yeah, no, a lot of people just don't care in general, right? But I mean, at higher elo,
Right.
I will say the lack of roll queue at a much higher elo looked a lot more fun because people would just do some
Oh, yeah.
kooky, crazy ass shit, or people will just play the characters they're good at. And if everybody on the team played their best character, if it was open queue, they would win. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
Yep.
there are certain comps where it's like these characters cannot play together. They do not do well. That it's just not good. But I feel
Right.
like that changes a little bit when everybody just plays their best character.
Mm-hmm.
It has to. If somebody knows more about like if I'm on Doom, Ethan, what's your best character? You like Ana and Junkrat, right?
You're right.
Yeah. So if you played your fucking heart out on those characters, I played my heart out. Who's your favorite character?
I don't know. Echo, Genji,
Echo
Tracer.
Genji. We could fucking clean house if we all just played our best, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be amazing, I feel like it'd be a lot more fun that way. But with the role queue aspect, you're forced to play, certain characters like Zarya, certain healers and shit. And
Yeah, because I feel
it's less
like
fun. You don't see as much fun in the high elos. You just see people
just
playing the
picking the
meta
best.
and just grinding to get higher elo. That's it.
Well, that's the whole point. You want to be better. You want to reach the top 500.
And that's another thing, right? Like you guys know, I'm hyper competitive. I am
Yep.
so fucking. What is it? What's the other word for it? I'm super competitive. I'm a sore loser.
Yeah.
I really am. Don't fucking say yeah. Fucking I know.
I know.
I
And I
said
know.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Oof.
but like I still want to have fun too. Like I can go into no limits, right? And we can all just do like this. It doesn't matter. It's just fun. It's whatever.
Right. Because you're
Doesn't
looking
bother
to
me.
have fun.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Right.
if I could play whatever character I wanted without penalty of being reported for quote unquote throwing because I didn't pick Zarya, it would be a lot more fun. Like if I could just play Doom or Junker Queen or Sigma Winston Hog, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, I
I
feel
think
like
it'd
that's a
be a lot
whole
more
nother
fun.
mindset as well. Because, like, when you click competitive, you're like, okay, what am I playing competitive for?
Hmm.
I want to win. I want to advance. I want to see how good I truly am. Oh, wait, it's not me that's bad, it's my teammates. And my teammates are constantly bringing me down.
Yeah.
So there's, a bunch of toxicity, I'm sure, in comp right
There's a
now.
lot of variables. There's a
There's so many.
lot of variables when it comes to, like, oh, I'm trying to play competitively and win. but I'm also still trying to have fun. And it's like, well, do you want to win or do you want to have fun? It's like, why can't you do both? It's like, oh, because certain characters are stronger than others, so if you don't play these strong characters, you're just not going to win.
Yep.
Which, of course, isn't always the case, but most of the time it is.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we fucking go off topic super hard. Arisa. She's strong.
Very strong.
Okay. How do you feel about Diva? I know Ewan, you don't think there's a problem with Diva.
I think D.Va's okay.
What about you,
I
Ethan?
don't remember seeing what changed with Diva's kit.
She got buffed.
Besides, what got buffed?
All
Does
of
she
her
do damage?
abilities. I think all of her abilities got buffed, actually.
I feel like she would need more defense matrix in order to fill more of a main tank role, is what should have happened in order to blend in properly with the new 5v5 scenario. I've
Defense
never
matrix
had a
is really
problem.
strong though. If you can't buff defense matrix too much without her being extremely broken.
Extremely OP.
Okay,
Because it's if you think about it, it stops like most the healing
And
so
orbs.
and
These
the
orbs.
damage
all of
and
Mhm.
all of Diva's
CCs.
changes going from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. You ready? So
Mhm.
I know, like I don't, Ewan, you don't know a lot of these, right? Because you just kind of went in and just fucking went ham, right?
Yeah, I kind of went in blind in Overwatch 2 from Overwatch 1 stats.
Gotcha.
So did I.
So Diva, her mech health was increased from 600 to 650,
Mhm.
and her normal health is increased from 300 to 350.
Interesting.
Okay,
The
her
baby diva.
yeah,
Hmm.
she's strong. She's still strong. Huh? Wait, there's no way Baby Diva has 300 HP. That's not true.
I don't
That's
think
gotta
that's
be
accurate.
health below armor on her mech, right? That's gotta be just like base. Like
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Baseline.
Diva's primary fire movement speed penalty reduced from 50% to 40%, so she can move a little bit faster while holding down mouse one.
Necessary. Yep.
Fusion cannons, her primary fire weapon spread reduced from 4 to 3.5, so they made it a tighter spread.
Hmm.
The impact of her flight, her boosters, when she hits you, when it goes from 10 damage to 25 damage.
Hmm.
Okay. Also, another thing they did is when you melee in flight, it doesn't cancel flight anymore, so you can get multiple melees in while fucking flying around people.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so technically, if you fly into somebody, you're doing 55 damage, possibly
Ah,
85 if you get a second melee in.
like he's. Huh.
The cooldown of the missiles is reduced from 8 to 7 seconds. Okay, her call mech ability, the way when she remechs is
Yep.
the ultimate cost was reduced by 12%, and then she got that tank buff that all the tanks got, you know,
Yeah.
where
No,
the
honest.
less booping and shit.
Yeah. Like sturdy
Yeah,
aspect is
Oh, I
what they
find the
call it.
passive stuff like really neat that they added.
yeah, that's cool. It's definitely turning into more
Yeah.
of like a class game at that point. They
It
just kind
really
of
is.
every time they add a character and abilities, we stray further from that. This is a game about tank supports damage, and then they're like, oh no, it's still a game about they all matter. They all really matter,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Look, they each have
Um.
their own passive, guys.
They're unique.
Yeah, they're unique. Anyway,
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't had any additional troubles in playing where I'm like, whoa, Diva's just stronger. Um, no, I don't notice any. I haven't noticed. I feel
I
like she's probably good right now.
I feel like Diva's overtuned. I feel like she's very strong.
Do
Maybe in
you?
Overwatch 2 it's not as much because tanks have more health now.
Yeah.
But like before, man, like I don't know if maybe some supports feel it. Like maybe we could probably ask more people. But I feel like if Diva dives you, you're dead. Like it's
On
just her time to kill is so low.
Well, I feel like as a support main, that's just how it is in general.
Hmm.
I think she doesn't have enough burst or focus fire to kill a single support, especially if they're like getting help from the team.
Right.
That's why I think D.Va's not that broken as you think.
I just think I think her kit's okay. I just think her primary fire needs a little bit of work. I think that an overheat mechanic would be really good for her. I think then she'd be perfect. I wouldn't have an
I
issue
think
with her.
she can't stay there for a while because
Yes,
she
she can.
takes a shit ton of damage.
No, she has defense matrix. She can stay there for a while.
I don't think so. I mean,
I
defense
do.
matrix only goes in one direction. She could hit from like different area while trying to dive the back line. I'm sure
Yes,
she'll
but
get
she
hit
can
from
stop. She
all
can get
directions.
it from any angle though. If you're Ana and you're shooting your teammate, if she dives on you and she backs up a little bit to hold a corner and you're trying to shoot past the corner to heal teammate, if
You
she
can't.
defense matrixes across your line of fire, she eats it.
Yep.
So
So your best shot is to time the
Yeah, and
defense
that's another thing
matrix
why defense matrix shouldn't be buffed
and get
to
a
make it
sleep
last
off.
longer because she just could do that.
yeah.
But I mean, it does run out eventually, and then you're just a giant ball of meat that can get you all charged.
Yeah, no, I
Just
just
like
think her primary fire is really strong. That's all. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm in the minority about this. I don't know. But playing as long as I have, I feel like D.Va was always really strong. But other
Yeah.
characters have become so strong that her being a problem is way down on my list. Way down. If they don't touch her,
Yeah,
it's
I
whatever.
don't think it's a
I wouldn't
big
cry about
deal
it.
to me. She does. I could if like it is a team game, right? So if the whole
Yeah.
team focus fire the dive, she melts really fast.
Oh, 100%.
But that doesn't always happen. Like if she dives you in the back line and no one notices, then obviously you're kind of just dead.
Yeah.
Right, because when she goes into remech, you can still keep shooting the mech, and the mech takes damage
Yeah, right.
as
And
it's
she can get
coming in.
out super easily.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I don't like that Colmec does so much damage. I get it. I actually, I do like it. I like how realistic it is. It should have done that
It
from the
is very
beginning.
real.
I just hate that it
Yeah.
didn't do that from the beginning, and I got used to it doing 50, 25, 75 damage, whatever it was, and then it's like, oh,
Now
this
It
is
was
more
very low. It
realistic
was like
because you're calling in
20 damage.
a gigantic heavy ass mech, and it's gonna fucking hurt.
Yep.
If that's the case, why does Doomfist suck so much? Anyway, we're not gonna. Do we want to talk about Doomfist? I've bitched about him enough. How do you guys feel about playing against him? Have you even seen him on the enemy team?
I actually haven't played Doomfist in Overwatch 2. How do you feel about his kit now? One.
It's a good tank kit.
Yeah.
It's a really good tank kit. I just think he needs a little bit more. He doesn't have any. How do I put this? I feel like when he does his slam,
Mm-hmm.
I think it should either do more to the enemy, like what it did in Overwatch 1, where it did a slight CC, a slight slow for a 2nd, or it should be buffed as a movement ability. It's already really good for moving around. Don't get me wrong. I know he can fucking leap into the air and take off like a fucking fighter jet.
Right.
But I feel like to the enemies, it doesn't really mean much. I mean, if an enemy's low, you can definitely use it to get a kill because it's fucking you get in super quick.
Right.
But I just feel like initiating team fights as a tank to create space, if Doomfist isn't diving to get a pick in the backline as a tank, which he can, if he doesn't do it successfully, you've wasted 15 seconds of a team fight.
Because that's how I feel about Doomfist. Back in Overwatch 1, as a support, you're always in the back of your mind thinking about if the enemy team has a Doomfist and where he's going to come from.
As a Doomfist main, I hard focus supports because that's how you win team fights.
Exactly. And now, with how he is as a tank, I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah.
Because the slam does hardly anything. You can't.
What does it do? 25 right now? I wish, like I said, I wish we had a list of all the numbers.
Yeah, because it doesn't kill. It's fine. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have good maneuverability.
Well, he was a DPS, and now he's a tank. So I guess it's
It's
the
gonna
changeover. The changeover makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? And as a
Right.
tank, he's okay, but he doesn't create as much space as a tank as he did when he was a DPS.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I feel like he'd create more space as a fucking DPS character. Maybe it's because of the shields you got.
Yeah.
Because what's his health now? His health is 450 in Overwatch 2. You get dinked by a Widow or by a Hanzo headshot, and you're down to 150 health. You're dead.
Is
if you
he
get unlucky.
the tank with the lowest HP?
No. If we're done talking about Doomfist, we can actually move on to that character, which is Junker Queen.
Junker Queen? Yeah.
She
Well, I mean, if
Oh,
you think about it, her commanding shout, it gives her more health.
Yeah.
that's what I'm so used to doing is that commanding shout to get
Yeah.
that little bit of speed boost
But it
as
works
well.
because it degrades almost immediately, doesn't it? And then if the enemies are shooting you, it's going to be gone just as fast. So
Yeah.
it's really just for
I think they
like.
nerfed it too, right? I know she
Already?
used to be meta. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Wow.
she used to be hella meta. It was like all Overwatch League like team played. I don't know what they did to her. That was before Overwatch 2 came out to the public. It was
Oh
like
yeah.
in the
The radius of
live
commanding
testing stage.
shout was reduced from 20 to 15 meters. The health bonus to nearby allies is reduced from 100 to 50.
Yeah, they hard nerfed her after she came in.
The commanding shout, the health does not decay over the duration. It just stays, I guess, until it runs
Mm.
out. The duration that
Yeah, from
allies receive
100 to
benefits.
50, that's huge.
Yeah, and then also the buff for your teammates went from 5-second duration to 3 seconds.
Oh
The
wow.
What's
cooldown
the buff?
increased from 11 to
Oh.
15 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, they hard nerfed her like into the ground. She was like hugely meta. Like,
Yeah, commanding shout made her really strong.
That makes
well,
sense
if you
because
think about it, that's like dive character having an extra 100 health. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, no,
Like, if you
it
imagine
wow.
going into a team fight with freaking Blade having an extra 100 health, you know how much like impact that would do?
Mm-hmm.
You could
And if you had nano, you
wipe
did
out the whole
half the
team.
damage.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You were pretty much unstoppable.
So how do you feel
Jeez.
about Junker Queen in general besides her? Oh, she was before, excuse me.
Upon initial release, I actually had a lot of fun playing with her as a tank because, you get in, you get close, you do damage, you hit them with the carnage,
He's a
that
very
E
brawly
ability,
character.
Yeah, she's
super
very
brawly.
brawly.
But I don't know if it's me as a player, but I feel like it's very easy to die as Junker Queen.
Yeah, I get. Well,
Cause
it depends. You really got to land those knives, the melees, and the cleaves, or else.
Yeah, because you do get health back from those.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
like
You
So
gotta land
Reaper.
your abilities to stay alive.
you really do. So if you played Modern Warfare 2 and you were good at throwing knives like I was, Junker Queen's so much fun.
Yeah,
It's
but
great.
I haven't played her. When did the nerfs come in?
When Overwatch 2 dropped,
Well then,
it was
yeah.
from beta to live.
Oh, I never played
What was it,
beta.
October 4th?
Oh, shoot. Wow.
Yeah, not everyone had access to the beta. I know I didn't.
Right. Yeah.
So
Cough. Anyway, she was really strong in the beta.
No wonder.
So
it is a beta, but
yeah,
still,
Oh
that's
yeah.
like
the whole
Overwatch
point.
League and everything was
I
still
hate that they
affected by
call
that.
games that go live like Overwatch 2 right now is still in beta. Until the
Yeah.
game has reached a point where they stop tuning, which they won't.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be
Right.
called a full release. They should just call it what it is. Don't call it a beta because it's we're in a different model now.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
could look at other games like I used to play a lot of Destiny 2. I don't play nearly as much anymore. Every week or every few weeks, there's always changes going on. Always to things that have been out for fucking 6 years. You know, how can you say a game is in full release when things are constantly touched?
Right.
Just don't call it a full release. Just call it.
What was
a
it like?
different
Fortnite
thing.
was in beta for like
Fortnite. I think Fortnite's
5
still in
years.
beta, isn't
Is
it?
it still?
I think
I
Fortnite's
don't
still in
know.
beta, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I feel like it is.
Gee.
I'll ask my mom. She knows.
I feel like
She
that's a
plays
great
lot of
example.
Fortnite. Anyway,
I do really like Junker Queen's ult Rampage.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh
like
yeah, I like if there's
so
another
good.
anti in the game.
The
besides
fucking
Oh,
him.
yeah.
AoE is huge.
It's so
I
good.
hear
When you're
her go, and I'm like, let me get out of the way. No, you didn't. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's very unexpected how big it is.
I will say it's a lot
Oh,
more fun
yeah.
to play against somebody like a Junker Queen than like an Orisa or something, you know?
Yeah.
hmm
Like
I think overall Jungle Queen is fun
Yeah.
yeah,
to
Junker
play.
Queen's a fun character to play. You just can't play her in like a comp setting.
I think
Or
she needs a little bit more help right now
I think
for
she
like
gets countered by a lot of things.
yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Like
Her hitbox is definitely smaller than the rest of the tanks, but I think she needs a little bit more
yeah.
help.
She doesn't do well against like Orisa, Reinhardt,
Mm-hmm.
Zarya. Wrecking Ball maybe, not nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
Winston probably not as much because of the bubble. You know, her main thing is throwing knives, and you know, unless you throw your knife at fucking point blank range, you're not really gonna get it on him. I think Sigma's the same way. Um, I think her best matchup might be Doomfist
Yeah. Two brawly characters. Oh, I guess
or
Doomfist.
Hog. Doomfist or Hog. Doomfist and Hog, I think,
Yeah.
are her two best characters to go
Yeah.
against. But everybody else, like Orisa, forget about it. Oh, what's that?
Mhm.
You're using your cleave ability? Baton Twirl. You're now back into your team, and you're not near mine.
Your whole kit is now useless. Thank you.
Literally, your whole kit is useless.
Diva, the matchup. Yeah. What do you feel about her matchup against Diva?
I don't know.
I
Defense
think Diva
Matrix
does more
kind
damage to
of.
her than Junker
Yes,
Queen could do to
exactly.
Diva.
So
Because
the
you
the
can
trade
just
off is
So in
that
a 1v1 matchup, she loses 100% of
yeah.
the time.
I mean,
Oh,
Junker Queen has the health regen, so I mean, you can if she
Right.
defense matrices, can she DM the knife or no?
What do you mean, DM?
I don't know. Defense Matrix the knife. I don't know.
Oh, well, you can just run up to Diva and just melee with the knife, and it'll do the
Yeah, but
dot.
she can fly away.
She can stay at a distance, yeah,
It
for
depends
sure.
on whether or not
That's
because
true.
I don't know if Diva can defense matrix the knife. That is really the big the dependent right there. If it
Yeah,
can, then she's useless. If it can't,
because
Junker Queen might have a chance.
well, you can carnage through the defense matrix, right?
But it takes so long to come out. She could
Carnage
literally
takes
just
a
180
while.
fly away in
That
that time.
I think Carnage should be a
that's
lot faster. I think that would
that would
I
help.
think that would be a good
I
buff.
don't like that you can't do anything while you're cleaving. While you do Carnage, you cannot.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I understand you can't throw a knife. I understand you can't shoot. Why can't you shout?
That would be nice.
You're too
Get
busy
a speed
grunting from using the carnage that you can't fucking command and
boost.
shout.
Ah!
But whatever. That's just I digress.
That would be.
So that was Junker Queen. Do you have anything else you want to add about her?
No. I wish she gets a little more love. That'd be awesome.
Reinhardt.
No
No
negative
comp.
opinion or
I like his
he
double fire
feels.
strike. That's
His
cool.
double.
Yeah, the double fire
Does it
strike
still do
is
100
pretty
damage?
wild.
No, they nerfed it. I believe. I think it does.
Is
I
it
think
like
it does
75?
75 now.
Is it?
Where are you, Mr. Reinhardt? Let me look.
I like the double fire strike. I
No,
didn't realize it
it's
at first.
90. It's 90, not 75.
Oh, that's still
So
really good.
so you can't
You can't
Shoot,
kill.
shot.
Yeah,
that's
can't kill
fair.
200 hero,
Yeah.
but 190 is nothing to joke
Also,
about,
What's
especially when you
the
go through
the
everyone.
turn radius of his charge and the cancel of the charge was so necessary for Ryan players.
Oh yeah.
It was so
Especially
good.
I should have been in the first place
it shoulda.
from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the ult charge off of fire strike, do the two fire strikes match the one fire strike in ult
I'm sure you
generation?
get more because
You
there's
get more
less.
definitely. I
Because
think
think
it's
about it
damage
this way.
based.
Think about it this way. Reinhardt capitalized on being the front line swinging on everybody in front of him
Yep.
in Overwatch
Yep.
1. Now there's one less tank. That's innately an ultimate nerf, ultimate generation nerf to him because there's one less tank to swing on.
Oof.
So that
Yeah.
if they took away that
Less
ultimate
character.
generation ability to his fire strike, that would just be an innate nerf.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
hard. Like they nerfed him by making only one tank, but they buffed
Yes.
him and giving him another fire strike. His base armor went up, so he takes a little bit less damage. His charge is way better. You can go in super fucking hard. You know. And then he can also cancel if you feel like you're about to charge into the enemy team like a fucking moron. Stop. Get some help, Like, it's okay.
Yeah. Stop. Get help.
But yeah, I think Reinhardt. I think that because Zarya is so strong, you're not going to
Mhm.
see a lot of Reinhardt players at all.
Yeah.
You really
Especially
don't.
Did his shield get a buff, like a health
Nerfed.
buff?
He got nerfed.
Really?
Yeah, they took his shield health down from what was it?
2K?
1500 to something.
It was 16.
Oh,
It went from 16 to 1200. And the
wow.
the health regen was reduced from 200 to 144, which goes hand in hand with the health
That's kind of
itself going
crazy.
down. Yeah,
That is crazy.
I think Ryan is very weak right now in the meta.
I
I think he
think
needs a
that
little bit of help.
unless Zarya, like, because Zarya is strong, Ryan won't get picked. When Zarya's changes come in, I think it'll be better for him.
Mhm.
I think that'll be. It's crazy how nerfing one character is a buff to another character in its own way. Like,
Yeah.
nerfing Zarya buffs Ryan in the way that he'll get picked more. It doesn't buff his kit, his damage, anything like that, but it makes him better to play because Zarya is worse to play.
Right.
Okay.
That's crazy to think about.
Let's talk about Hog. Let's talk about Hog. How do you feel
Love
about
me.
his new ultimate?
I
I
kind of
like
like
it.
it.
I like that he can use his whole kit now in ult.
Let me
Yep.
tell you, man,
Definitely a huge improvement.
he's my most
Very
played
good.
character. Sometimes I
Yep.
forget I can still hook and heal.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like if I don't, because what I used to do before is you'd hook then ult. Now you
Yes.
can ult. Enemies have a chance to get away, and you're like, who do I hook? Oh, they're already gone.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it's a little bit harder to capitalize on it, but it's so better. It's so much better that you can like stop it. You can stop shooting or reflecting Genji, a Sigma.
Oh
You don't have to fucking
yeah.
look down into the floor to not, you know,
Push them
charge
away.
them up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And dude, with the hook, when you hook someone in, it centers them right in front of you, so you can just scatter shot,
Oh yeah.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the one, was it the one shot hook to shot to death is way more consistent than what it used to be.
Did they change him? What did they do to
Yeah. Did they change that?
Roadhog? Let's see, Reacher, Reinhardt.
Did Roadhog even get touched besides that?
Yeah. Well, his
Yeah.
ability got changed. It's now a transformation instead of just like him fucking whole hogging.
Yeah. They all got changed for sure. Did his like kit get changed
His
at
whole
all?
stuns can no longer cancel the ultimate. Self healing from Take a Breather was increased from 300 to 350. That's it.
Stuns like the hook can't cancel ultimate.
Yeah, you're staying in ult.
Well, yeah, it's still the
It's like
timer
soldiers.
is
Oh, you
still
mean for
Soldier's ult,
you,
like
right?
Soldier's ult is a transformation. If you hook a soldier, he's still gonna ult you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like that in that sense. Other than that, he's still really strong. He's a strong character. He is
Yep.
literally an ult charge machine for the enemy team.
Yeah,
Oh, like
yeah.
super fucking
But it's
hard.
like tank gives you less ult charge now, though, right?
It doesn't. I don't think it
Is that what
matters.
it is?
Look at Sojourn, man.
Is that the tank
tell
roll?
tell me that matters. Yeah, that's the tank roll, the tank passive. I don't see it. I think we have just as many.
Less ult charge generated by healing and damage received.
They added less ult generation and took away shields and shit. And
Yeah.
it's like, you're still getting that fucking ult charge pretty fucking quick. Unless you're just like playing really passively and you're kind of taking your time and depending on the map you're on and shit in the game mode, like you're getting
Mhm.
ult charge, I feel like just as much. I'm not seeing too much of a difference in ult charge.
Yeah.
And as a hog, you're just a fucking machine for them. Like tracers,
Yeah.
if they dive your backline and you're there as hog, she's shooting you. She wants a pulse bomb. She'll get that shit in like 30 seconds or less.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz what? When you're playing hog, do you just focus on the tank, or do you look for opportunities to hook an out of placed DPS or support to get an
It
easy
depends
pick?
on the situation. If we're initiating a team fight v team fight and no enemies have been picked, I'll try and pick
Yes.
a healer, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty good at hooking a Mercy because her hitbox is so fucking big. You just pull her
Right.
in, kill her. Unless they have a diva, they defense matrix, Zarya bubble, Arisa
Mhm.
thing, fucking all that shit.
hooking and one-shotting a character is definitely satisfying. So I usually go
Yes.
for
Very satisfying.
Yeah, definitely.
the healer and
It's very
DPS.
important. Mercies are 100% my first priority. Then somebody like Zen. Okay, because if you take Mercy out of the fight, they lose a
Yep.
character and they lose the res. That's very important.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Picking Zenyatta is of course good because they lose Discord. And after that, then I'll start doing things like looking for a DPS or a tank.
Gotcha.
If I hook a tank, it's to body block them like around a corner, and then my team can focus them. However, because I'm in the lower elo, when I hook a tank in and I body block them, I die. You know, even if I look away and I take a breather and heal, nobody's looking
Right.
at this fucking, this Sigma or Winston I just fucking pulled in and am holding hostage in this
Feels bad.
doorway,
Right.
and I die, and I'm like, well, I kind of don't feel like playing anymore. Let me just turn this game off and go play the fucking Binding of Isaac or something. But that's really it for Hog. I really do just look for supports. I've really got that dive.
How do you guys think he is right now in Overwatch 2?
I don't think he's too strong, but I don't think he's too weak. I think he's in a good spot.
Yeah.
I think he's in a good spot. I think he needs a little bit of health, like help.
He's got the most health. He's got 700.
Not health, help.
Oh, help.
With a P.
I was like, what? I was like, sir?
I think he needs a little bit more help, considering he's the only tank, and he just if you just kind of hard focuses him, he's
good.
And then,
He's-
is he the only tank with flat health? I don't think he has
armor.
Because he doesn't have armor. I think he's the only one with flat health. I think
Right.
Hog should have a little bit of over health because he's got belly fat, man. He's a fat guy.
He is a fat guy.
He should get a little bit more damage reduction for like the first, I don't know, 50 health or something.
Yeah, because all he has is health mitigation from his healing, and
which is not
that's
that
it.
much.
No.
Because how many people actually
With the
shoot
cooldown.
Hog? How often do you shoot a Hog while he's vaping? Like in a
Not that
1v1
often.
situation.
Not that often, because it's essentially wasted.
in the 1v1. I mean, I still shoot him. It's just damage.
Yeah.
And ultra.
Still damage while you can't do anything, but
Yeah.
like it's definitely a lot less.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sigma got buffed. Sigma got strong.
Yeah,
So,
he could do the one-shot rock combo again, right?
Yes,
when you can rock
he
someone and
can.
then you the M1.
Mm-hmm.
Regular
So,
shot.
Disgusting.
are these? What website is this? IGN? Is this right? Base shield health for Sigma was increased from 100 to 200. That can't be right.
I think that's right.
He has
Right.
200 shield. Oh, his shield health, not his fucking
No,
barrier.
not his
Oh
shield.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god! I was like, I'm my fucking brain, bro. Okay, so accretion, his rock, does 100 now from 70.
Nice. Damn.
Okay. So, and then his both his shots do 50 damage, right? If they're direct impact. His primary fire.
Yeah.
So it's 200. So he can kill a squishy very easily.
Yeah,
So
100.
he could one shot a tracer, for example.
He can one shot 90, like a good 80% of the cast, like Genji, Soldier, Sojourn.
The bots have
200
200 health, right? I just
Yeah.
hit a bot with 200 health with two of the his M1, and it did more than half its health.
Oh, so maybe it
So
does
does
like
I
60.
think it accounted like the explosion, right?
The AoE, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know
AoE
if you
explosion
rock them
again,
and then
one.
do one shot where it's like douche, the two shots.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll kill him. But Sigma's really strong right now. I think that because people didn't play him as much in Overwatch 1, and people are so, like I said, they're playing a lot of Zarya, Diva, Orisa right now. They don't see as much Sigma gameplay. I think Sigma's really strong. I just don't think people play him.
Yeah. I don't see him very much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sigma's very strong in my opinion. I think he's
fun.
He's in an okay spot. I think that he's easy to counter because his barrier is weak enough. His grasp leaves him vulnerable.
Yeah.
his grasp is not nearly as good as Diva's defense matrix. So like,
Oh, for
you
sure.
don't even try. Like, I know a lot of fucking like off tanks and like, of course, like top 500 and stuff like that. Very good at stopping like grab and Mei ult. But even then, like, you know, you'll practice it and you'll be like, yeah, I can do this, and you think you have it down, and you'll think you got it, like you'll catch it with the grasp, and it just goes right fucking at your feet, and then you're grabbed or frozen. So
Yeah.
it's tough. I think Sigma's okay. I think he's kind of strong, but I think he's okay.
Yeah,
He's definitely on the stronger side of
Yes, he's on the stronger
the
spectrum.
majority of the team.
for sure.
We touched on Winston a little bit with his alt fire. How do you feel? Because they reduced the duration or the cooldown. They reduced the cooldown of his bubble.
Yeah, I
Winston?
feel like
Yeah.
I don't see it, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think it gets destroyed faster than it disappears.
let me see the duration of barrier projector. Blah blah blah. I'm trying to see if no.
Oh, I think is it 2
Yes,
seconds shorter?
His health of his bubble was increased from 650 to 700.
Mm-hmm.
The duration of it was reduced from 9 to 8 seconds. The cooldown was reduced from 13 to 12 seconds. Okay, so it doesn't last as long, but the cooldown is shorter.
Right,
Okay.
you can throw more of them.
Yeah, so I mean, there will be if they don't
That's a
destroy
good
the
trade-off,
bubble.
I think.
If they don't destroy the bubble, it's only 4 seconds between putting down another bubble.
Oh wow.
So if they have a team that doesn't destroy bubbles, right? If they don't have like Junk Reaper, Hanzo, stuff like that, high damage to shields. Your bubble uptime is all the time. If you can stay
there's
alive for
4
4
seconds
seconds,
in between.
yeah.
If it doesn't get destroyed, there's 4 seconds in between the next bubble up time.
Yeah, exactly.
Really good.
I think
That
Winston's
is,
I think Winston's pretty good right now. I don't think he's. I think in the sense of
I think he's like the baseline average of all
exactly. I was about to say he's not
Yeah.
weak, but he's not strong. I think Winston's the
Right.
very good middle ground, especially with the. I think he would be too weak if he didn't have that alternate fire.
Yeah.
That alternate fire definitely boosts him up a bit because of the now he has range.
Yeah.
Now he can poke.
It's 4 shots, bot with 200 health. So
Yeah, it deals
it definitely
50
does
damage
50.
at a full charge, and it's a 30-meter range, so it's pretty far. It's pretty fucking far.
That is.
So Winston's okay, like you said, baseline
Yep.
average. Wrecking Ball.
Like,
One
still
of
annoying.
One of my
Yeah,
favorite
still annoying.
characters. I love playing as Wrecking Ball. He is so much fun to play as. Oh my god.
Still annoying.
I don't like him.
Yeah, because
Playing
you know
against
what they did is they took away CC from like Kree,
Yes.
Mei, Brigitte. So who has CC now? Ana.
Yep,
Sigma
Ana.
has Rock. Hug has Hook.
They took a lot of CC away.
They took a lot away. The taking away Kree on cooldown, right? Because he got it pretty often. I don't remember. I think it was 7 seconds. Brigitte Shield Bash.
No bashing
They took away
anymore.
that stun, and they took away Mei Freeze. And then because Doomfist was made a tank, Doomfist was such a good counter for Hammond because every one of his fucking abilities countered Hammond and fucking took him away all his momentum, right?
Yep.
Fucking bullying Hammond as Doomfist was so fucking easy.
Yep.
Now
Absolutely.
people like Hammond, Genji, Tracer, they get away with so much because of the lack of CC. It's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tracer, huge buff to her because there's no longer CC for most of those characters. Huge buff.
You.
It's so hard to counter Genji or Tracer right now. Wrecking Ball, he doesn't get shields anymore, like the blue shields. It's now overhealth, like the green ones, like Lucio.
Yeah.
Lucio does overhealth, Junker Queen does overhealth. You know, it's a new mechanic. I think you get half ult charge from overhealth abilities like Lucio Barrier, Junker Queen Shout, Hammond Shields, stuff like that.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so I think it's half ult charge, and then shields don't give you any charge, the blue ones. But I don't know who has blue shields. I think it's does Sigma? Does Sigma have blue shields? I don't remember. Does Sigma get overhealth or shields?
Oh, Sigma does have blue shield. And
Yeah, so you don't get any ult charge off the blue shield if you kinetic grasp. So
Oh.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about Wrecking Ball? You said he's really fucking annoying. Is he too strong or is he just fucking annoying?
He's annoying.
Okay.
He's
Uh,
annoying.
Okay. I was gonna say, please don't touch him. He's
He's just
fine.
annoying. I don't think he's too strong. I think he also might be in a good spot right now.
I will say, as playing as Hammond, when there's a Junkrat and there's just a trap in the middle of fucking nowhere, I will hit it.
Yeah.
It is the fucking, what is it, like Murphy's Law? If something can go
Yep.
wrong, it will. Bro, if
Yeah.
there's a
Yep.
Junkrat trap on the map, I as Hammond am running
You
into
will hit it.
it. 100%. And it's almost never on health packs. Like, as a Junkrat, I'm like, I'll put this trap on a health pack. They'll be full health, but I can burst them, you know, and then, like, I play as Hammond, and it's like, why is this trap, like, fucking in the corner of the map over here? Why is this here?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we already talked about Zarya. We're not going to get back into her. She's just really strong right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really fucking strong.
So tank in general.
Tank in general is a very, of course, because it's a one-person role now.
Yep.
It's just, the tanks are really, they're the front line. They're the
They
most important
are.
character in the game.
Yep.
Because if your tank dies, your team dies. Period.
Yeah. Well.
If okay, let me put it this way: if your tank dies and their tank is still alive, your team dies.
You're gonna have a rough time.
It's
You're
gonna be
probably
hard.
gonna
It's
die.
gonna be hard to come back from
Yeah.
that unless you get some
I
really
think
good
that's fair.
shots. Do we want to get into DPS right now? It's a decent sized list.
We
Might
can
as
talk
well.
about.
We can just touch
Yeah.
it. We
Or
can
you
touch
want to go
quickly.
healers?
We can touch quickly on DPS. I know there's a couple we're gonna touch on harder, like Genji, maybe
Sojourn.
Echo a bit, Sojourn. Do you want to just get to support and come back?
Sure.
Let's do that. Okay, because it's a shorter list. Ana. How do you feel about Ana?
I like Ana.
It's
They didn't-
okay.
I think they didn't
She's
change a
fine.
lot of like the
They
support
didn't.
stuff, right?
Besides Brigitte.
Ana didn't get huge changes. Let's see. Her ammo was increased from 12 to 15.
Needed. I like it.
Which is weird with one less tank, how she can now heal longer. That's weird.
I feel like it's also more ability to do some pot shots at enemy.
Do more damage.
You
That's
know,
fair. I mean, because
team.
she isn't just a healer. She literally hurts people.
Correct.
Sleep dart cooldown is 15 from 12, so it's longer cooldown for sleep dart.
I wish the sleep dart cooldown was back to 12 because.
Of course you do.
Well, if you think about it, how often are you getting dove on by the single tank or getting flanked on by an enemy DPS?
It would definitely help. I get it, but I mean,
You don't have any mobility like Kiriko does, Mercy,
you
Moira.
do have her biotic nade,
Right.
which I feel like a large majority of the time saves her, unless somebody just isn't missing at all.
It saves me so much, but it sucks having to use it on myself when I could use it to change the tide of the tank fight.
Right.
You know,
But
I think her bio grenade is very, very in a good spot right now. Because, like I said, if they buffed it from like having 1 to 2 and a cooldown, that'd be insane.
Oh
like
my
you use
god.
1 for yourself and 1 to anti people. That's
huge.
And do you know why
that's
they
like an
won't do
anti-fight
that?
every team. That's
do you know
like
why they won't do that?
insane.
They also gave that new support passive, right? Don't forget about that.
With the
where
heal,
supports now regenerate health after, what is it, 2 seconds?
Yeah.
1.5 seconds, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy. So if you're Ana, right, and you're playing against like a really shitty, like for me, like for Hammond, if I'm just not hitting shots, bro, like that Ana will regen health back to full.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, because
I think
you
Ana's in a
know.
good spot right now.
Yeah, it just stinks that the whole game dynamic has changed, where it's more mobile.
It's very frontline, very don't stop moving. That's what the whole bot payload is about. You literally don't stop moving that whole time.
Yeah.
Like
Because
when you're playing payload maps, you can. There's a point where you can sit on payload and let it move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bot maps, you're moving all the time.
It's tough for slow supports that don't have much movement.
Right, and that was the whole thing about giving Zenyatta that kick, is because he didn't have anything to his kit.
Correct.
Except for no footsteps, which doesn't really count. But I think Ana's in an okay spot right now. I think she's okay.
Yeah.
Let us What do you guys feel? Is that good for Ana? Is that all right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Alright.
she's very basic.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Baptiste.
What has changed for Mr. Baptiste
I
from
feel
Overwatch
like
1 to 2?
Baptiste is very fucking strong. I feel like if they have a Baptiste Kiriko, they will win a lot of team fights because
I
their
was
team won't die nearly as often.
I was playing BAP recently the other day, and I noticed it. To me, it felt like his healing does more. His healing shots.
They changed that a long time ago. If you hit someone directly with the healing shot, they gain a lot more than the AOE.
Mm-hmm.
That
If you
makes sense.
assume to just like hit it on the ground and then they get AOE healing from that. It's like a lot more now if you
Yeah.
hit someone
Yeah.
with it.
So, Baptiste, his primary fire, the damage is increased from 24 to 25.
Oh wow. Per shot.
Yeah, per
Wait.
shot,
Oh,
per
okay.
bullet. So if you can triple shot, bum 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 bum, and kill any character, any squishy character.
That is good.
That's 250, isn't it? 75, 75, 75. No, 225.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's whatever. My fuck math. I dropped out of school. Um,
And that's not including headshots.
You're correct.
yeah, that's body shots. Headshots, you can. I think you can actually just two burst someone.
Insane.
With his
That's
headshots. So his primary fire damage went up. The fall off for the primary fire damage went from 20 to 25 meters, which means it does more damage at a longer range. So
oh,
it
interesting.
won't fall off till after 25 meters. That's a pretty big buff.
Yeah.
Especially with these bot maps. These bot maps are very laney.
Long,
A lot of
narrow.
lanes.
Yeah.
So that's good for him. The biotic launcher, the ammo went up for the healing grenades from 10 to 13. You got
Good.
13 shots from 10. His regenerative burst is so fucking strong right now.
Yes.
It's fucking crazy. What is it? It's if they have over half health, it heals. Is it 50? And then it does a little bit over time. But if they're below half health, it heals 100, and then it does healing over time.
That's so good.
That's crazy.
That's fucking wild.
That's wild.
That's so fucking good. And then of course you got immortality, which exists.
But yeah, BAP
Yeah.
is
Bap is
one of the
really
strongest
strong
right now.
He is
Yeah.
probably.
He's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, of all
Oh,
the
yeah.
healers.
Looking at all the characters, I think because Kiriko in her own isn't that great, I think Baptiste might be the best healer. In terms of the brawler meta that we're in, where we're all just fucking slugging and we're all on top of each other, I think Baptiste might be the best healer.
Even over Moira?
Yeah, because DPS Moira exists, so
Yeah.
she gets discredited because people play her very selfishly. So
That is unfortunate to the people
Hmm.
who truly want to learn Moira
hmm
and be a good support Moira.
yeah, did you
But
know that
then,
as Moira, you can do her? You know where she does her suck ability?
yeah,
If you hold it, you do more damage and gain less healing juice, right? But if you tap it, you deal a lot less damage, but you gain more juice off that initial.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. That's a lot of stuff you can learn, right? However,
Yes.
to DPS warriors, it doesn't mean anything because they don't use that fucking healing button, do they?
No, because they
That's the
just.
meme. That's the meme. It's like, did you know Moira can heal?
Wow.
And she's very skinny. She's got a skinny hitbox,
DPS.
but we'll touch her in a second.
Tough to hit. Yeah. Yeah.
But Baptiste, he's really strong. Probably one of the strongest characters right now. I think, if
Yep.
not the strongest healer. I think Ana's
Yeah.
up there with him, but she's just very vulnerable as a character.
Yeah. Very.
Also,
cool.
Baptiste,
Yeah.
he's got that super jump where he crouches and can jump in the air, and that's annoying.
Good for mobility.
Yeah.
Good for avoiding conflicts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brigitte,
I like that passive.
Brigitte
I
got some touches too.
No more bash.
I
No more.
really like that they got rid of her shield bash. Not gonna lie,
Why?
the stun shield bash,
Mm-hmm.
because she was annoying. She was kind of unstoppable.
Right.
Not gonna lie, the stun in the Overwatch 1 was a little bit overwhelming. You kind of just can't play the game.
Right.
I really like
Yeah.
that it got rid of a lot of the stun in the game, but it definitely is annoying when you have like a tracer on the other team that you can't really do anything against unless you're like just straight up killing her.
Right.
Right. Or you throw a
One-shotting her.
whip shot. Yeah.
Yeah. But
At
yeah,
least-
I really like that they got rid of the shield bash.
So shield bash now causes knockback. It doesn't do the stun anymore.
Stun.
You're
Yeah.
Right.
just talking about that. The cooldown was reduced from 7 to 5 seconds. So you can do it every 5 seconds. You can shield bash. Okay.
Yep.
You now travel farther when you shield bash, and you can do
Yeah, I
a
was
little
gonna say they travel farther now.
you can do a little
Farther.
bunny hop and travel a little bit faster, or a little bit farther.
Yep.
The damage went from, I think it only did 1 HP, only 1 damage, and it's up to 50 now. It's 50 damage. The shield bash. So it's actually like a very much like this. Ricky heavily plays into the brawler meta, but because all she does is heal and she no longer gives armor, from her like health packs, she is very much overlooked. Okay.
Yes.
She's still a very good character.
She's still very relevant in the meta,
The
so I
duration
think
of her heals is reduced from 6 to 5 seconds.
Oh.
So when she gets a melee, it's
Interesting.
called inspiration. That thing that heals, it went from 6 to 5 seconds.
Interesting.
I did
Because
not know that.
And shield bash now triggers that heal too. So now all of her abilities trigger healing.
Did it not before?
No, it didn't do it before.
Shield bash didn't. I know whip shot did, because that was
the big thing.
that's necessary
It's
to
pretty much one of the only
get your
ways to trigger
fire
healing.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She heals. That's how she heals from a distance. Yeah.
Especially during the double shield meta. Like if you played Brig,
Oof.
first of all, what's wrong with you? Second, that's the only way to get any healing off when they're playing super far away.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
So I think Brig's good for this meta.
I feel like she's fine. If I'm playing DPS, you have a Brig up at the front line. It's no big deal to
They didn't
just
nerf her. They didn't nerf her M1 at all. I feel like she doesn't do any damage now.
No, she doesn't.
With,
Well,
like,
everybody's
melee.
got all the tanks have more health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's more healing now. So
even to like DPS, I feel like she does a lot less damage.
They didn't touch it. She does the same amount of damage. So she's definitely, if you played Orisa with Brig, you would have such a bad fucking time. It was the bully combination between those two.
Yeah.
Fucking forget about it. Oh my god.
Till the enemy team rolls up with Bastion and Junkrat and then just shreds.
True. Bastion's really strong right now.
Super strong.
Or he was. Kiriko, the new healer.
I like her. I didn't like her at first.
We just tested her a lot about her cleanse ability and about how good it is, and we talked about it a little bit before earlier in the cast, and how it cleanses out of pretty much everything. Hack, Discord, you can stop people from taking damage. You can pull them out of a shatter. It doesn't stop. You cannot get out of a grav or Sigma's gravitic flux.
But if you hit them when a Rhine is trying to charge in,
it goes right through them.
They essentially just become a ghost, like a spectral being, right? Things go through them. Right.
That's so cool.
So that's what it does. It's less of a cleanse, more of I'm gonna make you a ghost for a second, right?
Yep.
And it pushes the enemy back.
Yeah, and it causes knockback, which I didn't know till we tested it a little bit earlier, like an hour ago. That was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Her kunai does a shit ton of damage. If we do say that already,
Great.
120, one headshot, and a melee to a tracer.
So good. Yeah.
Pretty insane.
So good.
That's really strong.
Do you guys like utilize her wall climb ability at all?
No.
Not really.
I don't really use it at all.
They could take away wall climb and give her something else, and she'd be overpowered.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because generally I'm like in the back line with her, just hanging out. If DPS is feeling off and trying to get picks on the flank, the swift step, the teleport directly to them is so nice. You just go behind
the teleport
them.
is very nice.
So nice. And then for her healing, it's nice that you don't necessarily have to have your cursor on them. You don't need to have good aim in order to be a good healer. And the cards, you don't even have to go through like a reload type animation. You just keep throwing them out.
Healing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually think it's nice. There's a little bit of time
you can
after like
cancel her heal and get them all back immediately, and they don't have to regenerate.
Really?
How?
I don't know if it's like holding reload or something. I don't know if it's only on PC. I think I did it like once or twice. It's hard because I'm not a support player. I didn't practice.
Right.
But there's definitely a way to. If you probably just look at Kiriko healing animation cancel, you'll probably find it.
Oh, like
Also-
animation canceling? Yeah, I can see that being a
And
thing.
her
Yeah.
heals reject her. So when you reload, I think you have to fire a kunai and reload or something and hold reload. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I
Interesting.
couldn't tell you. I think I
But
did it once
her
or twice.
Yeah. Her ultimate, the Kitsune Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. If you
That
do it.
ult is insane.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like Nano, but for your team.
Who was it?
Exactly.
I saw someone doing I saw like an hour video of someone doing everyone's kit with her
Ultimate.
with her all. Yeah, who was it that I saw? Fuck, some popular Overwatch streamer. I forgot who it was, but it's like some of the alts are insane. Like if you combine her all with Nano and Tac Visor,
Oh,
like
that
they just
was
that was destroyed. Like
that was
everyone's dead.
Defran. I saw that on.
No, it was somebody else.
I saw
that
Defran
I
do
was
it on
watching.
Hollywood, and it was Nano, Tac Visor, Kiriko, Kitsune.
You can kill like 3 people in one clip.
It was
Like it was insane.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So nuts.
Yeah, but I mean that is more than half your team's ult. But still,
I
that's
feel
like an instant team win, team fight win.
If DPS Moiras played Kiriko, they could utilize her better than anybody, right?
Oh,
Because
100%.
she has that wall climb ability and the damage output. I don't see why people don't play her like that as much. You can be the fucking healer that isn't not quite so much in their backline, but you can be fucking frontline getting in there, get your fucking damage in, wall climb, fucking teleport out, you know. But instead, people out here fucking playing Moira, one of the best healers in the game in terms of healing output, and fucking throwing games because they're not healing.
Right.
DPS Moiras should play Kiriko.
Base.
Granted, it's a higher skill hero because it's a projectile hero and it's not like fucking auto tracking, right? But they will get DPS Moiras would probably get so much more value out of Kiriko than anything else.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Kiriko's so good.
I think Kiriko's kit could be utilized better because, because maybe she's new, people are still feeling out how she plays and how she uses a healer. That's why when you were like, "Did you know she has a wall climb?" It's like, "Do you use it?" It's like, "Not really." It's like, well, we don't really.
Yeah, I think I always forget that she has a wall climb.
Yeah,
that's mainly why I don't use it. But I feel like if I, play her a little bit more, remember that she has a wall climb.
Yep.
I could be a lot better with her.
Definitely. So Kiriko, all in all, one of the stronger healers right now as well, alongside Baptiste.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just because I think her ult really puts her up there. If her ult wasn't as strong, she wouldn't be as good of a healer. But I think with her ultimate existing, she automatically gets put in that fucking one of those top spots with Baptiste and right now. You know, like I said, it's basically just fucking Nano for your whole team minus the damage reduction. You know.
If she had like a burst healing ability, like with Anna's nade or Brigitte's pack, where you can get a quick burst of extra health that is needed when a tank is just taking a shitload of damage in a short burst, she would be the best.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the healing Ofuda can only heal so much.
Yeah, it's not very high output. Like if you have a Kiriko Lucio on your team, you're healing up, or Kiriko Brig.
It's gonna be a rough time.
Yeah, not unless your Kiriko heals all the time and not do any damage. Yeah,
you have to play a lot more passively.
Healing up it.
Like it's not great. A lot more passively, or else you're just gonna fucking feed.
Absolutely.
Lucio got some changes. Specifically what? Let's take a look. I don't think he got many. He didn't get much changes at all.
Lucio. I think Lucio and Zen were the two that didn't get touched. I think
Lucio, his self-healing penalty was increased from 30% to 60% because of the passive healing buff that supports get. So he doesn't heal as much as healing.
Unless he's out of combat.
Right, then he gets, and it's just to balance it out, which is weird. I feel like Lucio should heal a little bit more than everybody else.
He should.
I feel like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be penalized to balance out, because now, his own healing isn't as high. I mean, granted, Lucio's are really strong. I think he's one of the characters where their primary fire doesn't have fall off, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it's a
Yeah.
slower
Fun
moving
fact:
projectile, so it's not that much.
Lucio's projectile does the same amount of damage as Genji's shuriken.
Huh.
Really?
Never
Yeah,
knew that.
it's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
The fact that he does the same amount, but I think Genji has a faster fire rate.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just Lucio thing does the exact same damage, and
And
it's
then
it's reverse like
they
his.
they reduced the ultimate cost of sound barrier by 12%, which is fine.
Yeah, it's. I feel like I get a lot faster.
Yeah.
Um,
How
Before.
has y'all's experience been in comp with friendly Lucios? Do you feel like they majority just go off into the enemy backline and wreak havoc,
mm,
or do they generally stay with you guys
I don't
as a
really
team?
see them leaving too much. I honestly, to be fair, I don't see a lot of Lucios
Hmm.
in my comp
Yeah,
games. I haven't seen a lot of Lucios. You see a lot more Bap
he's
Moiras,
definitely
Reinhardts.
very relevant in the meta still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think Lucio's still good.
But
Yeah.
Still,
I don't think he's quite up there. I'd say he's average right now. He's average healer. He's like the
Mm-hmm.
Winston of the supports. He's
it's
average.
very he's a very team-based healer.
Yeah.
Comp
Like,
base.
For sure.
yeah. Like you really need to communicate with your team. The speed boost in is really nice, but your team definitely has to be coordinated
Definitely,
Right.
definitely. Um,
to be
I'd say he's
very
okay
good.
right now.
Yeah.
I know I see him in every Overwatch League team.
Yeah,
Just because they can coordinate well.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if your team is just not communicating, there's no one in chat, that kind of thing,
right.
Then
it's kind of meh.
Let
right.
us talk about Mercy. Mercy is Mercy. Not much more to her than that.
Yep.
Didn't she already have an innate health regen?
Oh
She
yeah.
did, yeah.
When you're healing someone, you get health back.
Did you
You know.
know that they didn't nerf her healing with the passive health regen? It stayed the same.
Hmm. Really? Oh, I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Interesting.
Isn't
Interesting.
that wild how they kind of just left her the same and made her a
Yeah, it
little bit
is.
better, and then Lucio is just like, we don't want him to regen health too fast.
Honestly, I feel
Well,
like
if you think about it, he can heal and do damage at the same time. Mercy can't.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
but
Mercy
Mercy doesn't deal damage. Like,
with her
yes, yes,
like
yes.
pistol.
Yeah, exactly.
you
That's
can.
the point. I don't know. I think Lucio's healing nerf was necessary because he could be a menace in the
In
backline
the
in
back
a
line
1v1 kind of
scenario.
situation.
Yeah, but as
Oh
long as he's
yeah.
dealing damage, he doesn't get the passive. Then he's just normal Lucio. Now
Yeah,
his
but then he
healing
could
is
just heal
lower.
still.
Yeah, but it's not a
Well,
lot. But if you don't touch him for 2 seconds, then he fucking heals massively. I get it. I get it.
yeah,
But
exactly.
Mercy, with her fucking movement ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's healing somebody. She doesn't die unless somebody CCs her like a hog hook or something. Like you don't really see Mercy's die too much, unless they get picked by like Widow or
Right.
Hanzo, like a one-shot ability.
Yeah.
Right.
You
I don't know.
hardly see.
I feel like she's always the target to go for, right?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
said, when you dive the back line, you would go for the Mercy first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's essentially 2 picks.
Yeah.
You pick
Yeah.
the
So I mean, her
res, and
survivability is crucial. I feel like
I
to the
feel
whole
like
team.
I'm targeted and die more frequently now as Mercy in Overwatch 2 than I did
Mhm.
Overwatch 1.
How do you feel about her movement ability, her new one,
I like it.
where
It's in a
they just made the fucking jump a part of her kit?
I really like it because I was inconsistent in hitting that jump back in Overwatch 1.
Oh wait, they made that a thing? Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yes.
I never knew that. I haven't
God
played
damn it,
Mercy.
Owen. Do your research.
Ah.
Do fucking due diligence.
Wait, hold on. So how do you?
Okay,
How do you
so
jump with
pressing jump during Guardian Angel launches you forward in the direction you were facing. It now builds up a meter while you're launching. So the farther away you are, the more you build up the meter, and the higher you jump in the air. If you crouch, it launches you. If you crouch while you Guardian Angel, you launch straight into the air. If you jump, it just launches you forward. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Angelic Descent, which you hold crouch in the air, and I guess you fall slower.
Hmm.
Uh,
Everyone's
I don't
gonna
think I
practice
can
that
do it.
for a bit. So.
Yeah, yes.
I don't think I can still do it.
So they just made it. They just made it more consistent. They made it so you can do it more often. It's a little bit easier.
Cool.
They just made it part of her fucking abilities. How do you feel about Mercy as a whole? I think that because she has the ability to revive somebody, she's always going to be strong.
Always,
I
yeah.
like her.
Always, unless that gets touched in some way, she will always be one of the best picks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well,
It depends on who she's comboed with. Like Mercy Zen healing is very directed, and it's not
yes,
going to be a lot of healing for the whole team. Like,
you're
let's say if
right.
somebody goes and dives, I mean,
It's going
if
to be a
Mercy and
tough
Zen are
time.
focused on the front line, you're going to go look for a health pack because you're not going to get healed by your supports if like your Diva or Orisa are very low in front of you.
Yeah,
But if
now,
Mercy gets paired with like a Moira, an Ana, a Bap, she's fucking strong as hell.
yep, absolutely. Do
Yeah.
y'all miss Overwatch 1 Mercy, OG Mercy, when her ultimate was the
Mass
res
res?
ability? Yeah,
I think
hiding
that
in a corner.
it was a lot more fun. It
Yeah,
definitely made the game a
It
little more
was
chaotic, and it made it more fun.
broken.
Yeah, of course it
it
was.
was
It
That's why they
was
took it away.
broken. Oh my god.
so
But I think
broken.
the chaos made the game more fun. And then I think what they're
Absolutely.
doing now is they're making things more. They're making them like easier, So the game is
Yeah,
way less chaotic, and it's way more
Mhm.
just like this character is better than this character is better than this character is better than this character. Play those characters, try to fucking tug of war the game and win, and not
I
so much
see.
like you won that team fight. Boom! My fucking team is back, baby. Get fucked.
Oh, you
Like,
killed our team? Yeah, well, you gotta do it again now.
Yeah, it sucks to
oh, you
suck.
killed my team. Now I'm gonna res and do it again. Like the fucking other team is the mercy. Like I think if it was more chaotic, it'd be a little bit more fun. I think that's why so many people enjoy Fortnite. Because
Yeah.
Fortnite is just fucking pure chaos with like the building and shit.
Oh yeah.
It's pure
Can you go back
chaos.
to that page, the change page?
Yeah.
Pressing crouch during Guardian Angel launches straight up in the air. Oh.
It was mine, dude.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
that's how mercy works. All
All
right,
right. Anyway, overall, Mercy.
she's okay.
Great spot.
She's strong with the
She's
right
fun.
healer.
I think she's on the strong side, but not like the strongest.
For sure.
I think her placement depends on who she's with.
Oh,
But
100%.
because of that, because she has all these abilities, the res, the movement, I think she's higher up, regardless. Moira, Moira's Moira. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Um,
not really much else to really say about Moira. She's Moira.
I
Moira.
honestly don't use her much in regular play. I play her a lot in Total Mayhem, where
Hmm.
you could spam the healing orbs, the damage orbs, and just go balls to the wall. Kind
Right.
of fun.
She heals a
In
lot less now.
That's pretty crazy because I'm sure, people realize when playing her that she needs to do damage to get her healing juice back,
Hmm.
her
Mm-hmm.
biotic grasp.
Hmm.
And so when they see their Moira going up and sucking the enemy team and not giving them healing, it's like, why aren't you healing me? Why are you a DPS Moira?
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Like you can
It's
tell, like if I'm a tank and I see that I'm low and I see a Moira, like I know she's behind me and she's not spraying me. I can tell she's out of juice. Like I know she's got to
Mhm.
get up. So if as a tank you should be pushing forward so she can get that sucking ability off. However, a lot of the time, your Moira is already fucking behind them. and
Right.
her fucking biotic grasp is full. Her healing juice is full. She's just fucking
Yeah.
around trying to get a kill or two.
I would say she's the highest skill ceiling of the supports.
Huh?
To it
Highest healing skill?
What?
No, like
Maybe I'm
people
understanding that
right out the
wrong.
I think you are, because think about it. Someone plays Overwatch, they're brand new, they just downloaded it because it's free to play. They want to try out support. Who would you recommend that they try out first? You would recommend like Mercy or someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mora would
They're
be someone I recommend. She's a
Yeah,
lot easier to play than all of the other healers, I think.
only because of her lack of needing to aim and hit
Yeah, right.
targets, you can focus on her kit and like her ability to heal and do damage that gives you that healing back. You just like, hey,
Hmm.
No, I think it's tougher to utilize her kit to the best of its ability, most efficiently, because you can blow through your healing juice super quick.
mm-hmm.
And then your biotic orb, if you throw it in a straight line and it just goes towards the enemy team, doesn't heal your team very much, and it's on a cooldown. So now you've used up your healing abilities. What can you do? Oh, I have to go suck in order to get healing juice back, but my team's taking damage at the same time.
I guess if you want somebody new to get used to the game, I suppose Mercy or Ana would be okay, right? Only
No,
because of the heat.
because if they're not uh, apt at aiming, if they're having a rough time, Ana is going to be a tough time.
So you're saying Moira's the only character, or not Moira? Like Mercy's the only character that a new person could play,
No, Lucio would be
or
good too.
Brig?
Brig's good. Bap's good.
Zen's good.
That requires
Zen's
aiming
good.
Zen is
too.
pretty.
No, because she got the AoE with the healing.
Yes, but you have to do damage too. You
You
have to
don't
damage the enemy
necessarily
team.
have to.
You should be. What do you mean?
What
Pure
do you mean?
healing.
So if you're playing
Pure healer.
Zen because your healing can attach to somebody, are you not
You
worried
go
too much
out.
about trying to fucking delete the enemy team with your discords?
Well, of course you are. That's the whole point of Zen, is you throw the healing orb on someone and set it and forget it. And then you just go off and go try to get picks.
Yes,
Do
but if your
damage.
team is full as BAP, you're not going to sit behind them waiting for them to take damage. If your team's full and like right after you burst somebody that was low and they're almost full, start shooting somebody. Get your ult charge up.
Yeah,
That's what you should be doing.
that's what you
Or
should be doing.
whatever. Everything's situational. Every game's situational. Things change. Situations
Sure,
change.
sure.
So it's
Sure,
hard to
sure.
say. But I feel like
For sure.
Moira is a very easy character to play because of the lack of aim required.
Hmm.
You could just
Yeah.
fucking go. You don't even have to
You just
fucking.
hold M1 and just go side to side and you're
Yeah.
done.
Anyway, Moira, she's
Overall,
I think
good.
people playing DPS Moira has put her average for me.
He's fine.
She's fine. She doesn't need any touches or anything like
Yeah.
that. Thank God they took away her fucking orb from the beta. Holy fucking shit, necrotic orb.
Yeah. Oh, and Fade. You can't get out of grab and stuff with Fade anymore.
Yeah, like Grav and Flux, I think, take away all movement
Hmm.
abilities now.
Yeah. So,
It's pretty nice. I like it.
yeah.
I like it a lot better than it being kind of useless when it comes
do you
to,
remember during one of the experimental patches they made it so her fade could like fade her team? And so like
Oh my
your
god, I
team would
do.
you would get like
Oh,
shattered by
hell
Vine
yeah.
and she would just fade y'all out of that shit. Like super
Hell
fucking
yeah.
that shit was
Bring
Frozen.
that back.
nuts. That was crazy.
Bring that back. Let's go.
Hmm. Um so okay, I'll give her I kind of want to keep her average just because of my
Yeah, she's
experiences.
kind of average. She doesn't do
Yeah.
She doesn't do a
too
lot.
much
She
for
does more than a
herself.
little. So
Yeah.
Zenyatta, you got that new kicky kick.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
The kick is cute.
It's cute.
What's the kick?
Yeah.
It does knockback like super fucking hard.
Oh.
Yeah, if you kick
Because
somebody, they go fucking flying. Go kick somebody in practice
45
range.
damage.
homies will be on the
Oh
at the
shit.
well at Elios. trying to kick him in with Zen, just like
Wow, you can actually boop now really far.
yeah,
Really
or you kick
fucking far. What's that? Tank passive? Fuck you. Boop.
boop.
Like fucking A.
Does
I
it
feel
actually
like
boop tank far?
it's just Zen has a boop now. That's all.
Oh wow, it does boop tank really far. Oh my
His
god.
base shield health was decreased from 175 to 150, so he's got more natural health and less shield health.
I think that should be swapped because of how open everything is now. It's much easier to get shot as a Zenyatta by the enemy DPS. You don't
Well, I
necessarily
think
have
they
a
There's a
shield
lot more
when you
cover
start.
now though
I think they
in
did
the
it
map.
for. Do shields take less damage or mitigate anything? Like what do shields do? The
I
light
thought
blue shield?
shields.
Isn't the blue shield makes it so it doesn't? What did you say about blue shields earlier?
No. When you generate blue shields, like what Doomfist used to have,
Right.
and Lucio Barrier,
Oh.
and Kinetic Grasp from Sigma, when people would shoot into it and you get the shield from it
Yes.
over your health, that didn't provide any ult charge, I believe. And then
Mm.
now they replaced all of that blue shields with green over health. But there are certain characters I think that can still get that blue shield, but I'm not sure off of what specifically.
Hmm.
Um,
So does
but
blue shield just regenerates? That's it. What's the difference?
they don't. That's what I'm saying. Like the like Sigma's blue shields and Yada's blue shields, Symmetra's blue shields. I don't know what they do. I don't know what their passive thing is because armor
I
reduces
thought it was
damage.
damage reduction.
I don't think so.
I
Mm.
don't think it's damage reduction.
I'm not sure
Hmm.
what it does. I'm too lazy to look it up. But the thing about it is it's weird that that change exists because like Sombra would capitalize off of that real hard. But
Right.
now her EMP doesn't take away shields; it does flat damage to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really get why they made that change.
Hmm. I don't know.
Also, Discord falls off of enemies faster than it did before.
Discord is kind of OP.
Discord is
It
kind of
is
OP.
OP.
It is
I
very
feel
OP.
like if you have good positioning, Zen is good.
So I feel like
Discord
Zenyatta's average.
I feel so.
Zenyatta with Discord can two-shot headshot a 200 hero.
Yeah.
Um, without it, it can't.
Good
Yeah.
Kind of
defensive
busted.
abilities in that regard. If you can aim and get the shots.
Mm-hmm.
Because
But I
if
mean, it's just a straight line, right? It's like very easy projectile
yeah,
base attack.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some DPS. Do we feel Zenyatta's pretty average?
average.
Yeah, I think
Average.
he's pretty average.
I don't think.
He
I
might
think
be the
that. I think
baseline
that
average.
kick was so necessary for him.
I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like it's more of a here you go.
Well, I mean, he would just get picked on, wouldn't he? And now they've got a kick where
He
if somebody dies
still
from, he
does.
can. Yeah, but now he's got something that can help him a bit,
Yeah, a
and it does
bit.
45 damage instead of 30. That's pretty good.
Fine.
And if you're discorded, how much more does it do?
Like 50% more damage, I think.
Yeah,
Something like that.
doesn't that make it like a number my brain doesn't want to do math for because percentages. Anyway, um, Ash. Let's go into
Did,
DPS now.
did she get changes?
She got so many changes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Bob's health was reduced from 1,200 to 1,000,
Interesting.
and that's
Kind
it.
of necessary.
That's it. That's all she got.
Ah. I feel like I was playing Ash in arcade not too long ago, and I just felt like it was easier to get shots off, to get picks because
Less
of
tank.
less tank. It's not
Hmm.
two shield meta anymore.
Well, yeah.
You
Less
can
the
throw your
lack
bomb.
of a tank was a buff to every DPS.
Yeah,
Exactly.
inherent buff to every
I
DPS.
Ash is fine. I feel like she's in a good spot as a good DPS. Good DPS. You hit your dynamite. Awesome ult charge. Throw your bob out there. Get good picks. Boom. Straightforward.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
All right.
How is y'all's favoritism towards like Ash? Do y'all pick her a lot, or
I
is
pick
it
Ash
just
a lot.
I don't think I've played Ash in Overwatch 2.
I pick Ash a lot, but that's mainly because they have tiger skin for Bob, and I like the tiger skin.
right?
And I
Because
have tiger favoritism, so.
there are certain points where the DPS pick
Oh my
that you
god.
pick just doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Have you guys tried Ash's reload in Kiriko's ult? It's like
like,
it's so good. It's like how her reload should be, but they
Yeah.
have not.
No, I have
Have
not
not.
tried that.
It's like
That
it's
that's super
so
nice.
fast. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Dang.
She can like reload 2 clips in the whole ult.
With Kiriko, we didn't even talk about how you also regen all your abilities faster too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't
You
even
have
mention
ability
that. That's
cooldown.
so strong. I just thought about
That's
that.
just
Anyway,
you just chucking
with
dynamite.
Ash, yeah, you chucked like 3 dynamites in the span of that ult. It's fucking wild. But yeah, Ash.
Good.
Ash.
I like her
she's pretty good.
skins.
Skins are great.
The little Red Riding Hood skin.
Super cute.
Let us talk about Bastion.
The
His
MIA
grenade is
boy.
Bastion got a lot of changes. Also, he was just taken out of the game and put back.
It's kind of
today-
necessary.
The date today is October 30th, by the way. I know we're a little while in. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. So, if anything has changed since this recording, it's because it's the end of October.
The day before Halloween.
Yeah.
Rip Spooktober.
Rip Spoopy. Bastion. Sentry, which is where he would fortify up, turn into a minigun, has been replaced with Configuration Assault. Transforms into a mobile, powerful rotary cannon with infinite ammo.
No
Okay.
overheat.
No overheat. Transforms into a slow moving tank. It lasts 7 seconds.
That's so long.
It's so long.
Which actually, as a tank, is pretty like. When I go up against Bastion, I don't feel like it's too strong. I play a lot of Doom, Hammond, Hog. It doesn't feel that strong. It really feels okay. It's really weird.
Really?
Isn't that strange? Maybe it's because I'm
It
getting a
is.
lot of support, or because like Doomfist has the arm and Hammond has the overshields, and he can just kind of fucking swing around and be annoying and circle them over and over, and they can't aim.
Right.
But I really don't feel like that's too crazy. I feel like he's okay with that.
He can melt 2 Roadhogs.
Yeah, if they're not moving and not fighting back and not healing, correct.
Yeah.
Right.
But the amount of damage output it does, it's insane.
Oh, it's a lot of damage for sure.
It
Like,
is.
he's definitely like a shield and tank buster. But I mean, I feel like that he's just it's very counterable.
Oh yeah. Because when he's in his recon configuration, just his general
His walking around,
his walking around, it's not that strong.
Well, the fire rate was severely reduced.
Yeah, it's more like toom.
But the damage is.
And there's no recoil.
Yeah, there's no more recoil.
Right.
It has no more weapon spread. Okay.
And no weapon spread, which is really nice.
The ammo went from 35 rounds in that high rate of fire to 25 rounds in that lower rate of fire. Okay.
Yep.
But it does higher damage. He also can't heal himself anymore.
Yeah, that is true.
He has a grenade.
That's a tank buff.
That is.
That was really good for tanks. That's a support nerf because now they have to heal him a little bit more often. And then he also, like you said, we got the grenade. It's called the A36 tactical grenade, or we'll just call it Bastion-nade because their names for these fucking abilities are far too long and
unnecessary.
Convoluted. Fires a bomb that bounces off walls and explodes when it impacts an enemy or the ground. Can deal damage to yourself. The fucking you in Call of Duty in COD 4, you used to be able to rocket jump, right?
Yep.
To get to unnecessary places that were not meant to be gotten to. The fucking jump you get from this thing is absurd. I don't know if it's more than his ult from Overwatch 1, where you can just kind of rocket jump yourself off the ground.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But fucking, you get super high off this fucking secondary ability that you have. You can take high grounds with ease. You go pretty high. Not that like a fucking mercy jump or anything, or like an Ash coach gun, but for just like a little grenade that you throw on the ground, it also does good damage.
Yeah, it does pretty good. Because I got hit with it for the first time, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm almost
Yeah.
dead."
Yeah. I will
Yeah,
say with the new DPS passive too, Bastion really benefits from that movement speed increase, but like the reload speed part of it, not so much.
yeah.
Because if you're moving faster with when you're in that
Recon.
assault configuration with the fucking
Oh,
minigun,
yeah.
you're fucking mowing people down at a faster rate, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not reloading, so you don't benefit from that. So I mean, I think Bastion really benefits from his role passive a lot,
Yep.
like super hard.
Yep.
Let's talk about
I
his
like
ult.
I like the Bastion change.
Let's talk about his ult. The artillery,
At
the
first,
the PTSD World War II shots.
yeah. Prior to him
Uh,
getting pulled out, it was pretty nuts.
Unplayable.
Literally unplayable. Now in its current state, I find it easy to just see where the red circle is and just walk out of it
Mm-hmm.
and be done. Simple as that.
Did you know you can
It's not.
reflect it as Genji?
No way, really.
can
Yeah.
you really?
You,
How?
you just
Wow.
look up and reflect it.
Wow.
Wow.
What if
That's
you don't
pretty.
look up? It doesn't deflect?
It'll still hit you. Like the Genji's deflect is really just in front of him. It's not above him,
Hmm.
so you'll still get hit. I mean, you can look. I saw a video of these guys trying to deflect it back to the Bastion, and they did a bunch of attempts, and they only got it to land like one time. Because you have to look
Dang.
up, and then immediately as it hits, look down and redirect it.
Oh, yeah.
Very hard. Very hard.
Very hard indeed.
Not a very in-game situation you
Yeah,
can do,
not
right?
it's extremely like you will hardly ever come across that. I have no idea if he
Right.
can damage himself with it either.
Yes, he can. I just did that just now,
Can he kill
actually.
himself with it?
I don't know.
If he can kill
Probably,
himself
right?
with it, it might be good
Probably.
to. It might be like a Junkrat tire situation where you just fucking ult and then ult yourself and just try to kill the enemy with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you start on yourself, so if you can get in there really quick, with Bastion, I'll sneak in up behind or some shit. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
And then just fucking ult and then just do and then try to move.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a good like little bomb thing.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, Bastion. I think
Good.
that
You
it was
can.
kind of fun.
You can kill yourself with it.
Never
I
mind.
That's
just
Don't
funny.
do that thing I just said where you go in and nuke yourself to try and kill the enemy team. I think Bastion's okay. I don't think he's overpowered. I think he's strong.
Nah.
I don't think he's overpowered.
I think he's a good spot.
Yeah,
Good
he's
spot.
in an okay spot.
Good tank.
Cassidy. Holy shit.
OP.
The
Cassidy
magnetic
Kinda.
grenade.
The grenade is
So
so
good.
strong, man.
I really,
So
really,
strong.
again, I really, really like that I get rid of a stun. But the grenade is really strong.
It's
So-
really strong.
All you need, like with Cassidy, right? If you see that you stick somebody, you can get
Shoot
a
him once.
body shot and then look
Yeah.
away and
Yeah.
start shooting somebody else. That other
Oh,
person, if they haven't healed, is dead.
yeah, that's insane. So good.
What if they have 250 health like Reaper? It does not kill. Look at
No,
that.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So how much does a body shot and a grenade do?
I'm not sure. A grenade does 131.
That's so specific.
Who has Symmetra has 225 health, right?
I think so.
Save this kills. It does not kill. So it does 200 and a little bit more.
Probably
201.
201. If his body shot, excuse me, if his body shot does 70, then it's 201. The rate of fire from his fan is a good little bit faster.
Yeah.
Definitely noticeable.
Yeah.
He gets damage reduction while he's in mid combat roll.
Oh, I didn't know
Really?
that.
I
And
didn't
while
know
he's
that.
in Deadeye. Yeah.
Wow.
He gets 50% while in combat roll, 40% while in Deadeye.
Wow.
Wow.
The duration of Deadeye is increased to 7 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
After it's been active for 2 seconds, it builds up damage faster.
Oh, yeah.
So in the first 2 seconds, it's 130 damage per second. After 2 seconds, it's a 260 damage per second.
for the tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think Cassidy's in a good spot, but you won't
For
see
sure.
him. You won't see him. He's not in a good spot. His grenade just does too much damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's necessary with the lack of a tank. He has to play at a closer range to get that fucking kill anyway. But I mean,
Yeah, high
Cassidy's
risk.
strong because he does a lot of damage anyway.
He's strong, yeah. He can headshot, body shot, and kill 200
Mhm.
hero.
But I think with him, we'll talk about these characters in a little bit. Characters like Sojourn, Genji, Tracer Hanzo. Like you won't see a lot of Cassidy being played because his kit's too basic. You know,
For sure.
he doesn't do enough.
Damage drop off is really high too.
Yeah, it's true.
From far range, he does like nothing.
Yeah. He's okay. Let's talk about Echo.
Pretty strong.
Pretty
Ewan,
sure.
you play more Echo than any of us. I don't play her much because
Absolutely.
when
I don't play it.
when I play on console, like you cannot play Echo very well. It's
I
just
played a lot of
harder.
Echo on console too.
It's harder without having more buttons or a different button layout. You definitely can't play her with like default controls. You're moving buttons around for sure.
Yeah, she's fun. She's kind of busted.
With her ult now, she only generates 300 health at the most, right?
200 max, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely necessary, I think, because it's kind of ridiculous if you copy a Winston, gets his ult almost instantly, and then just be a stall bot for the next however long she dupes for.
Also, her beam got nerfed. Her focusing beam.
Did it? What's it do now?
Reduced
Oh,
from
it does
200
less
damage per
DPS,
second
right?
to 175 damage per second. So.
Yeah. I mean,
Echo's Echo. Everybody says
yeah.
she's like one of the weakest characters in the game right now, but that's because people are.
I like her.
That's because people are playing other characters.
Right.
That's not because she's innately weak. It's because people are playing other characters.
Well, Sojourn was added as a new hit scan, so that's a well,
she's not hit scan.
another.
So Sojourn's primary fire is projectile.
Really?
The railgun is hit scan, but her primary shots are like projectile. Yeah.
Huh.
Granted, they're fast as
She does
fuck.
a lot of damage. For sure.
Her projectiles are fast as motherfucking fuck.
Yeah.
But she's projectile.
I feel like if there's an enemy Echo, I would go like Sojourn, Soldier, Cassidy.
Mm-hmm. It's like Pharah. You go hit scan to counter, or Sojourn.
Ash. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think Echo, because she plays a little bit closer up because of her focusing beam, you can play other characters like you.
True.
Mei. You could play Sombra or Symmetra around an Echo and be fine. And again, as a reminder, this is all like lower elo stuff. We're not getting into like a top 500 situation every time we talk about a character.
Right.
Like 90% of the shit you see on Reddit and Twitter.
Right.
So Echo's okay. She's not the worst character in the game, but she could be a little bit better, I think.
She definitely could be better.
Let's talk about Genji.
Genji. What did they change?
Genji. Going into Overwatch 2, Genji did not receive any nerfs or buffs.
I feel like Genji is Genji.
My problem with Genji is
inherent buff to from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 because of
one
tank.
less tank. He is so fucking strong. Let me tell you, every one of my fucking games is Genji, Zarya, and most of the time a Tracer, and I just don't know what to do.
That's pretty gross.
I get fucking bullied every time, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
And the lack of CC for sure.
Yeah.
Makes it very
pretty
hard
strong
to fucking counter that team.
That is a good point. A removal of CC is a buff to Genji.
Yeah, Genji, Tracer, even Sombra.
Yeah.
Genji's really strong right now. People are complaining because he's getting the nerfs coming.
Really?
His max ammo is going from 30 to 24.
So wow, that's huge.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So he can shoot 2 less times, so he can only shoot was it 30
That's
10
crazy.
shots.
Wow.
So he shoots 8 times instead of 10. He can
Wow.
fan 8 times. Like that's a lot. I don't think that that big of a change. I mean, granted, people are like, "Holy shit, 30 to 24," but that's 2 shots. He still reloads fast. He reloads even faster if he gets a kill.
Mm-hmm.
He's still really good. Now his shuriken damage is going down from 29 to 27.
That's insane.
Okay, so that's 6 less damage per fan if you hit all 3, and not including headshots.
Wow, they really be nerfing him a lot, huh?
Yeah,
I like Genji, so I'm kind of biased, but
I know. But
it's
going
insane.
against a Genji and getting fucking mobbed on by him every fucking game, it feels good from a casual player's point of view.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I'm a DPS, because of my character repertoire and the characters I'm good at, it's hard to counter him. Especially if he's getting fucking peel and resources from his supports. It's
Yeah.
so hard to fucking counter him.
Oh yeah,
He's
absolutely.
very strong, especially if he just dives in on you and you know can one shot any character. You know,
That is true.
dash, alternate fire, melee, they're dead.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
that's tough.
If you right click all of them and then dash, and it's a one shot. It's
yeah,
like right click, hit all heads.
Yeah.
Dash.
That's not
reset
including
that.
like when Genji is fucking building ult charge off a tank and he's double jumping, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like Winston quote unquote counters Genji, and he does because you don't have to aim and Genji moves a lot. But Genji, I don't think it's as much of a hard counter between Winston and Genji because Genji gets so much fucking ult charge off of Winston no matter what
Yeah.
that it's not as much of a counter as people think it is. Genji fucking farms you. Like, yeah, you're hurting him, but if he can dash out or is getting like pocketed by Mercy or Zen or getting some sort of healing in that meantime, he's literally building a blade to kill your whole fucking team.
True.
So
Genji's Genji, you know.
Yeah, Genji
like
is I don't think Genji's like, holy fuck, this character's overpowered. I can't play the fucking game. It's just tough.
Yeah.
Genji's
For sure.
Genji's just tough to play against. I would like to see less of him in my games. I'd like to see more variety of characters played. Granted, I think that also plays to the fact that there aren't a lot of characters in this game. It's not super diverse cast. A lot of the characters are the same. Like Widow,
they're working
Ashe,
on it, probably.
Widow. Yeah, I know they're working on it, but like, fuck, man. How long has this game been out? 6 years? 7 years? Maybe a couple months.
Overwatch 2, like a couple months.
Yeah. Small indie company, not the biggest gaming company in the world or anything. Anyway,
they're too busy with MW2.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. Anyway, Genji's okay. Genji's strong.
Genji's Genji.
In my opinion, Genji's strong.
Yeah.
Genji's pretty strong.
I think
right now.
every character can be strong if they get the right supports, but I think if Genji gets the right fucking like help, like he's probably one of the strongest characters in the DPS cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially because there's so many people that can play like Genji well, that like people have this like Genji specialization. Those people are fucking nuts. You can say that with most characters, right?
Genji's fun though. That's probably why.
Exactly.
A lot
Characters
of
like
play.
Genji are super fun.
Yeah.
Because they're not just the fucking cowboy or the person with the gun or the Call of Duty shoot a man, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's so fun to play a character that doesn't do this normal shit. Like Reaper. Reaper's fun. He has shotguns, revolvers, but he can fucking wraith, he can teleport. His ult is super fun, right?
Yeah.
Characters like Torbjorn, he's got a turret, he's got molten core, he's got a little fucking ability, he's a midget man. Like, he's great. Torbjorn's awesome. But then you've got characters like Ashe. She shoots a gun. She throws dynamite, sets people on fire. Cassidy, he shoots a gun, reloads it, he can throw a little magnetic grenade. Sojourn. Sojourn's a little different because she's new. We're still working on her. But you got Soldier. He's got the fucking gun. You shoot it, you reload it. He's got rockets. Widowmaker. You shoot the sniper. If you build up damage, and you can turn into an SMG, and she's got a venom mine and a grapple. You know. I wish there were more kooky ass motherfuckers like Genji, Doomfist, Kiriko, you know, people that are kooky, zany, weird ass abilities. I don't want another motherfucking soldier again. I don't want an Ashe. I don't want a Cassidy. I don't want a Widow. I don't want a Tracer. I want something fun.
Yeah.
You know. That's
Yep.
why I agree. Genji's fun to play. That's for sure. But he's also hard to play against, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, his kit is versatile for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I went off on a
know
tangent there. My yeah.
Genji.
Let's taco Baudo Hanzo.
Hanzo.
Hanzo
Good.
in
Any
when,
Log
when the
arrows.
game first came out, for some reason just felt stronger than any other character, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
The it wasn't the storm arrow, it was the what's it called?
The
shoot on the ground and you're dead arrow.
Scatter arrow.
Scatter
yeah,
arrow,
scatter.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Scatter arrow.
busted.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got rid of that.
So Hanzo's storm arrow, the damage has been reduced from 70 to 65 per arrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of necessary, I think. Maybe.
Does
I
Hanzo
feel-
shoot? Does Hanzo's damage ramp up faster when he gets a kill? Because you know how
Honestly,
to get a 300 damage headshot, he has to hold the, he
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
the arrow back for a certain amount of time. Can he get
Right.
that damage up faster to 300 because of the reload speed, or no? Because
yes.
if not, then he doesn't. If he wouldn't he wouldn't benefit off that passive.
Right.
Let me test it out.
I think if you turn your crosshair to show, was it accuracy or something, whatever the that one thing is near the top, when you make a custom crosshair where it's like show accuracy or show charge or something, whatever it is.
Oh, I
I
didn't
don't
know
know what
that.
that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I'm actually, let me check real quick. Hold on. Oh fuck,
Yep.
I'd have to log in. Never mind, I don't want to do that.
It doesn't feel faster.
That's what I'm saying. So he doesn't benefit off his passive, which is weird.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
kind of weird that they did that to him. They should give him something in compensation for that. But
Yeah.
instead, they nerfed
I mean, he's
Storm
still
Arrow.
pretty strong. Like one tap.
Oh,
headshot.
dude, you can fucking one-shot people. It's the strongest ability
Are you
in the
kidding?
fucking game. That's nuts.
So it is nuts.
And you could like rapid fire almost.
And you know what it is? His arrows aren't logs. They just fucking magnetically attract to your fucking head. He'll shoot like fucking super far, but because of a latency issue, your head is anywhere between where it was and where it is now, and if the arrow hits anywhere in there, you're dead.
Mhm.
It's a headshot.
Yeah.
That's the problem with fucking Hanzo, is the latency, it's the servers.
You know,
I like Hanzo. I like where Hanzo is right now, actually.
I like.
I don't
where
think
he
he's
is.
too overpowered. I don't think he's underpowered. I like his kit, his sonar arrow.
I think
His
the
vision.
ability to one-shot in general is too strong, but I get that it exists, and you have to just deal with it. I think Hanzo's okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I mean, he just kind of lose the shields, but then again, like, how many shield tanks there are right now? Not
Yeah.
many, right?
not
yeah, they
that
took
many.
away one, and they nerfed shields. In general,
And it's
anyway.
to me, it's quite satisfying lobbing arrows and then getting that headshot pick
Mhm.
on a support in the back line.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I'm
And
doing
I
that
do
right
have
now on bots.
I do have to say,
fun.
with Bastion being in recon mode now, a lot easier to get headshots on him. Because when he was in turret form in Overwatch 1, you would need his
It's
crit
in his back,
spot.
right?
Yeah, it's in his back.
It was his
That's
ass.
Kind of annoying.
that's annoying. But at least you can headshot Bastion now. Easier.
Mhm.
Okay, so Hanzo's
Overall,
okay. He's not.
Overall, good.
average.
I don't think
Oh,
he's
how do you
even
feel about
below
this Dragon
average.
Strike?
I think because he can one-shot, he's above average.
Dragon Strike, how do you feel about it?
It's probably the weakest ult in the game. One of them.
Yeah.
I think
With
that
all the
unless the fucking
maneuverability.
all the parameters are perfect, it's so easy to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, unless you're like, oh, their whole team is in that room over there getting ready to jump on us. I'm just gonna ult here and kill 5. You know, like that hardly ever happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't even like cover the whole cart or anything. Like you
Yeah.
could step sideways on a cart and you'll dodge.
What's the width of
dragon.
his dragon? Is
Not
Junker
very big.
Queen's ult wider than Hanzo's dragon?
It is. It is for sure.
That's fucking crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
It's a lot wider. It might all be like doubled.
Maybe Hanzo's ult should change. Maybe he needs a rework because his ult doesn't feel very strong, and Storm Arrow kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad.
You don't even die that fast if you're in it. You can kind of walk. If you get healing, you can like walk right out of it.
Yeah, and if you get Kiriko busted, you just fucking literally walk out of it, and like
Yeah.
maybe if it slowed you a little bit, or if it like pulled you into the middle if you get hit by it, kind of like Sojourn's little shot she does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The little energy sphere, maybe, but I don't know. We're not devs, we don't care.
Yeah, right.
Hanzo's okay. Let's talk about Junkrat.
What
Very
changes?
annoying.
Let's talk about Junkrat a bit. So
very annoying.
Junkrat got he got a buff and a nerf from the lack of a tank. It's one less fucking tank you have to fucking bust down, one less shield to shoot. You're also getting a little bit less ult charge because you're hitting less people with your stupid random fucking grenades that you shoot off of walls and shit, right? However, with the lack of a tank, this is my opinion, he has a lot more responsibility now to fucking get in there and do damage and get fucking kills. You have to be a picker. You have to get in there and get these picks for your team, or else you're just not doing anything as Junk. You can't sit there and spam a choke anymore.
Right.
I mean, you can't. In certain maps, you can. Like Nepal Sanctum, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can spam their door from either side of the choke, whatever. That doesn't matter. But he has more responsibility to kill people and not just fucking spam a shield something. So I feel like he is required to do more now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because previously you would be playing Junk when the enemy team has shields. Because what else are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, hey, there's one less tank, one less shield, and shields aren't meta anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What define your purpose? My purpose is to go get picks.
Right.
To go be
and also,
aggressive.
if you're Junkrat and let's say you shot where they are, and their whole team Junker Queen fucking shouts, and they're now away from that spot, 3 of your grenades you just lobbed didn't hit anything.
Yep.
So now you're it's less of I'm gonna shoot into the enemy team, and it's like I need to look for picks.
Right.
I need to get better at aiming. I think Junkrat's skill required to be good with him went up with the lack of a tank and the lack of shields.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I think there's more responsibility to playing Junkrat now, and I don't know if a lot of people see that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some of his changes. So the size of the weapon, the projectile size, was increased very slightly from 0.2 to 0.25. It's not a huge change. Not huge.
Projectile size? Oh, it's got
like his little
bigger?
nade. Yeah, his little nade got a little bit bigger, because it's harder to hit people. There's one less person to hit. I think that might have been their look into that. I'm not even gonna go and look at like the Blizzard fucking like list where they talk about every character and why they did what they did, but like you can pretty much infer, because it doesn't matter why they did it. They did it. We have to,
live with it.
Yeah, so we can decide why they did it because we fucking live with it every day. The damage of trap was increased from 80 to 100. That I didn't know, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can also throw it farther.
Huge.
Because the projectile speed of the trap is higher. It's from 10 to 15, so you can throw it farther.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can just lob it while you're hiding behind the bot, and do a little bit of CC.
He also, his benefit from the damage passive is huge for him.
Yeah.
Because his reload takes a while. But dude, if you get a pick after lobbing your fucking last grenade and it kills somebody, bro, you already got fucking 3 more shots on them before, they've even recovered from that kill.
Yeah, total juiced. Yeah. Overall, I feel like he's in a good spot. Do you feel like he's OP in any way?
No, I think Junkrat's okay. Like I said, I just think that more people need to realize that you're not just a choke spammer anymore, and you actually have to go
Right.
in and do your job. You know,
He may be the baseline character, maybe.
the average character.
Maybe under.
I think he's a little bit
Maybe.
under. I don't think he's
Yeah, maybe also
underpowered.
maybe under.
I don't think
Mhm.
he's underpowered. I think that because of his responsibility, people won't play him as much. So maybe he needs some tuning a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I think
Yeah.
it'll be a little bit harder to play.
For sure.
Another big one we're gonna talk about. We're gonna go into May. She got a lot of changes. She didn't get a huge amount. She got a lot of changes though. So the big thing is she can no longer freeze enemies.
That
Okay?
was my main thing I liked about May.
So she's
was freezing them
Freeze.
and then right click to get a headshot, easy headshot.
She was her and Sombra are the motherfucking fun police, and I'm not having it. And I'm so glad that she can no longer freeze people because there was a
Yeah.
point in time where I got so mad that this character could just freeze you, and then you get hacked and you get frozen again. That
Yep.
I was like, maybe I should only play May and just stop people from having fun. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
She can no longer freeze or stun enemies. Now they're just slowed when they get hit by it.
They're slowed, so now they're able to get hit with her projectile, which still does a lot of damage.
Yeah. Also, her
Yeah,
primary
for
fire,
sure.
which slows, does more damage. The damage per second went from 55 to 100, which is a lot. It's literally doubled.
That's nuts.
Crazy.
Literally, you can kill a character in 2 seconds by just mouse for M1ing them.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot.
They've also increased the ammo in her blaster from 120 to 150.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, so she can shoot for longer and does more damage with her primary fire.
It sounds like she's
Which-
still viable.
Oh no, she
in-
is. Without the
you know.
freeze, they had to do something.
Right.
So I mean, this
She's
is a
still
good
good.
change for her. She's still I think she's still strong. Her ice wall, the health is reduced by almost half, from 400 to 250.
Yeah, because I feel like a majority of the time people don't shoot down the walls.
Because they were too strong. There's no point. You try and go around them.
Exactly.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
walled off. Sorry, buddy, you're dead.
Sorry, you're dead.
Yep.
She can't put the wall as far, 35 meters to 20.
Really?
Yeah, so she can only cast it up to 20
Oh.
meters away from her.
I never knew that.
May's cryo freeze can no longer remove the effects of Sigma's gravitic flux.
That is pretty funny. You see this block of ice just flying up in the air.
I mean, you just don't take damage though, right? You're
I
still
don't
immune.
think so,
in
but
your
I
eyes.
don't think you can just like block and then you're out of it, and then you can just walk around again.
Right.
Not until
So
the ult's
like,
over.
so it's overtime. Your May's on the payload. The enemy Sigma comes in, does his ult. You can't freeze.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
stay
So
on
like
the payload.
like Reaper's
Vanish.
yeah. Wraith form. He can
Yeah.
wraith, but he still can't get out of it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Her ultimate ability, because of the damage she got from her primary fire and the DPS, her ult charge costs more because she probably got it way too fast with the damage increase and the rate of fire increase.
Yeah.
So her ult charge went up by 15%.
Wow.
Okay. So, yeah. I don't think she benefits too much off the passive, really. Because, granted, yeah, higher reload speed, but I mean, honestly, people will just cryo to get their ammo back, like Reaper. You know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
wait to get your guns reloaded, or hurry, regenerate ammo by going into cryo.
And her
Mhm.
reload speed is quite short
Yeah,
compared
it's
to like
not slow
Junkrat.
by any means, so I mean, she really is not bad. I think
She's
May's in a good spot.
Flip the switch.
Yeah.
I think May's in a good spot. I don't think she's fucking overpowered and unplayable and unfun. I think May players can still have fun with her.
Yeah.
Does her left click still go through people, or can I only hit one?
No, it goes through.
No?
It hits multiple targets.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, it is a lot of damage.
On top of the damage it does, that's
Mhm.
insane. Yeah, I can see why they nerfed her all charge thing.
Yeah,
It would
exactly.
get
Yeah,
it way
for
too
sure.
fast.
So I think Pharah's in a good spot. Let's talk about Pharah.
Were any
Annoying,
changes
still.
done to her?
She has some changes. She is kind of weak
Yeah.
as a character. I think she's kind of
Mhm.
weak. I think she's only good with a Mercy. And when she has a
Yeah.
Mercy, she's really fucking strong. But that's
Pharmacy.
just a given. Pharmacy is so fucking overpowered.
Yeah.
Pharah's rocket launcher ability reloads 0.25 seconds faster when you're out of ammo. So if you completely expend your ammo, you reload faster.
Interesting.
So it'd actually be worth it to just shoot all your shots,
Yep.
depending on your situation. Concussive Blast, her little knockback, actually now on direct impact does more damage.
Very
I didn't
cool.
realize
It does.
know
It
that.
does.
damage.
It didn't do damage before. Now on
Well, I
direct
knew-
impact, it does 30 damage
Interesting.
and knocks that person back farther if they get hit by it.
Really?
Directly,
God.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So now there's actually a point in hitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And that's it. That's all she got. Pharah's another one, like Junkrat, that hugely benefits from the passive. Huge.
Right.
It's probably like, if you don't get picks as Pharah, or you don't get that passive burst,
Mhm.
you're probably not. You probably feel weak as shit. But as soon as you
Oh,
get a
yeah.
pick and you move faster while in the air and you reload faster, you probably feel stronger than hell.
How
Yeah.
long does the passive last? Do you know?
I'm not sure. It might be 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
as far as
I
Good.
think characters like Tracer will see that benefit better because her reload is way faster.
Yeah.
But she also expends her ammos quicker, right? So
Yep.
she gets to reload more often. She's that character.
Mhm.
Right.
Same thing with Reaper in a way. Who we're gonna go into next? How do we feel about Pharah? She's okay. Kinda
She's
weak,
okay.
a little weak.
little underwhelming, I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right now.
Let us talk about Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Reaper.
Gabriel.
He's the Reaper guy. Press Q to win.
Yes, sir.
Press Q to win. Imagine
Spin to
pressing
win.
Q.
His damage for his pellets is been reduced from 6 to 5.4.
Very
From Overwatch
specific.
1 to 2.
No, yeah.
Hmm.
So he used to do 6 damage per pellet, and now he does 5.4 damage per pellet, which doesn't seem like a lot, right?
Right.
But it is a lot. It's a lot less damage.
But-
Granted, he's still good because there's one less tank, right?
Right.
And way
But-
less shields. But
It's more consistent now because it's reduced from 8 degrees to 7 degrees, right?
the
The
spread.
spread. Yeah.
It's because the spread is slightly tighter.
So it's a lot tighter.
That's not a lot.
So in theory, it
That's
does
not a lot
more
tighter.
damage.
It's just tighter. It's not a
just
lot
shorter.
tighter.
It's one
Okay.
whole degree.
Holy shit, Pog.
As opposed to 6 to 5.4.
Which is huge. Oh my god, what a nerf.
No, I'm just saying, I think it does more buff than nerf, right? Because it's like tighter spread.
The thing about his
There's less
damage
damage,
nerf,
but the
though,
spread
the
does
thing about
more.
the thing about his damage nerf, though, is that because there's one less tank, like, I feel like nerfing Reaper's damage is kind of unnecessary, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like with the lack of a tank you're killing more. It's just one
Right.
less tank you're busting. It's like a Junkrat situation now, right?
Right.
Where now instead of it being like, I'm Reaper, I go in and bust a tank. It's like I have more responsibility now to get more picks, right? Which most
Right.
Reapers do. I don't really feel like Reaper.
But it's
was,
less tank to like peel off your healers or DPS or whatever.
exactly,
they can actually
which I
survive
think
Reaper shots.
is the reason why they did it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's like, well, maybe it's because I like Reaper. I like Reaper. I like Reaper. He's fun.
It's still one-shot headshots.
That's true. No, he's still strong. It's just, Reaper fanboy. Reaper's okay. He's not overpowered. He's not underpowered. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Here's a big one. Here's a really big one. Let's talk about Sojourn.
Oh man, from Overwatch 1 to 2,
New,
they created.
new DPS. New DPS has been introduced into the game. From beta to Overwatch 1. Actually, from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, because she was in 1. Her railgun primary fire was reduced from 15 to 14 shots per second, which isn't that much. The radius of her disruptor shot scales from 0 to 0.1 based on the energy charge of Sojourn's railgun. Oh, it's her railgun shot. Okay. I didn't know that. That it's like I guess it makes sense. The higher your charge as Sojourn, the bigger the railgun shot. That makes sense. I just didn't really think about it in terms of numbers. I was like, yeah, of course it does. You do more, you bigger charge, bigger shot.
Right.
Like Zarya.
So 80% doesn't kill a 200 hero. I'm trying to test what percentage kills a 200 hero.
Right, yeah, but odds are to get that charge, you were already damaging them, right?
Exactly.
That's usually the point. The energy.
Yeah, but you can like get charge off like tanks and stuff, and then just shoot like a support, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, but if you're shooting a tank, unless it's like Zarya or Orisa or D.Va, you're pretty much gonna have full charge right away, like pretty fucking quick.
The super slide.
The energy
power
that Sojourn's,
slide. Sorry.
Yeah, the power slide. The cooldown was reduced from 7 to 6 seconds, so she can do it more often.
I really like that ability.
It's pretty cool.
I like her slide ability. It's a good escape.
I think it's a cool thing that a character has. I think it's a kooky little ability.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Sojourn is very much a glass cannon.
Oh yeah.
Her slide makes her a little bit less than a glass cannon. Makes her a little bit stronger because she's got a get out ability, right?
Yep.
But I feel like because she's very much a frontline character, she can be far away, but you're going to benefit from being closer up too.
Right, because her projectiles from the railgun, they have a sort of spread, right?
They do have a spread. It's very tight. It's not a wide spread, but at our distance, you aren't getting a whole lot of railgun charge. I'm not sure if you get more charge off of hitting headshots. I know you get, of course, more ult charge. But I don't know if your actual charge goes up or what. But one of the other changes she had is when you shoot barriers and stuff, like barriers, maze, ice wall, shields, she gets railgun charge off of that. But
she does get more charge off headshots.
She does? Okay.
So yes. So body shot gives you 5. Headshot gives you 10.
Okay, so being up close is very much beneficial for her. Not up close, but not being long range is more beneficial.
Right. Right. Not being in the back line.
Exactly. You get that railgun charge faster.
Yep.
I've been playing a lot of Sojourn. Like a lot. It's probably one of the only DPSs I've been playing recently.
Really?
If I get DPS, I'll just pick Sojourn.
Sojourn's fun.
She's fun.
I really like her.
She's strong.
Do you feel she's OP?
I feel like the nerfs that Genji got should have probably been directed at Sojourn.
Really?
I think Sojourn is. I think what I'm seeing from a lot of like tweets and Reddit and stuff is Sojourn's got a really high pick rate in the higher ranks.
Yeah.
So I think
she's crazy.
Yeah, she's nuts. Like it's like, you know how I feel like when I play Zarya, I get bored as fuck. Like playing Zarya and D.Va, it's so fucking boring to me. And then that's how a lot of DPS players feel about Sojourn. Like I could be wrong here, but I was watching Craggy on Twitch the other day when I was at work, and he was like, "All right, time to play another DPS game of Sojourn." You know, like it's hard to tell if he was being sarcastic about, you know, not wanting to do it. You know, like it being a fucking like job. But like that's how it came off, and I can kind of understand that because that's how I feel about Zarya as a tank. But a lot of people feel differently. So a lot of people like Sojourn. A lot of people like Zarya. But I feel like Sojourn is really strong. Like really strong. I think she's so
I would agree.
strong. Oh my god.
How do you like her ultimate, the overclock ability, where it's just constant railgun shots?
I will
Well,
say,
not constant, but
for players that can keep their composure, like for me, when I pop her ult, I feel so much responsibility. It's like if I don't get like at least 2 picks here, I'm a useless piece of shit. Um,
yeah,
but
I
like
agree.
people that can keep their composure while they play, oh my god, people do so well with her fucking ult, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that there was a part of me that thought that during her ult, because you get your railgun recharges on its own, like because you're overclocking. I thought that if
Right.
you could hit her primary fire while the ult's active, you could
Mm-hmm.
possibly get that railgun shot back even faster, but you don't. It's the same charge increase from
Right.
her ult is like capped. It's got a cap railgun regeneration percentage, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but
Because that would be really good.
yeah, she's very. But that then again, that would be a benefit of someone being a high skill like user. You
DPS.
know, somebody
Yeah.
that like can play characters really well would be like, I know that in my ult, that if I shoot my primary fire while my ult's active, I get railgun back even faster. If that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Anyway.
Her E, very good as
Oh, the
well.
little disruptor
Oh yeah,
ball. Doesn't it
disruptor
slow
shot.
people too?
Yep.
Yes.
It has a slow effect to it.
Suck
That's
people in.
fucking crazy. They took Doom's slow effect away and gave it to fucking Sojourn. That's wild.
I love like on push maps and the whole team's around the bot, just doing the disruptor shot on the bot.
Oh
So
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. You can also use
So
it for
good.
stalling too. Like I use it all the time when I'm like, oh, they're about to come around that corner. I'm just gonna throw my orb up there.
Yeah.
They're gonna wait now instead of
Absolutely.
walking through it.
Very good.
So it's
Um,
wonderful.
does she have any nerfs coming to her in the near future?
Not that I saw.
Or
I didn't
well,
see
Not
that
yeah.
any. Not in the next one. Maybe I think season 2. I think maybe they said something about it.
yeah.
But I didn't see anything about Sojourn in the one coming up.
Gotcha. But yeah, Soldiering good.
Yeah, overall, Sojourn
Sojourn very good.
better than most.
Better than
Yeah.
the next character we're gonna talk about, boys and
The
girls.
basic Call of Duty guy.
Soldier,
Yes, sir.
aka Call of Duty shooting man.
I like the
Does he just came out?
change of the that's true, of the sound of Soldier's gunfire.
Oh, they did a great. I think the team did a great job with all the sounds of the game right now. They all sounded wonderful.
Yeah.
Like Arisa's primary fire, the sound when it's about to overheat, stuff like that.
Yep.
It's great. Doomfist's primary fire sounds weird, but I like it. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not like assaulting on your ears. It's nice.
Yeah.
Soldier, his primary fire, the damage is reduced from 20 to 18.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
I did not feel that difference.
Well, there's also one less tank.
True.
Honestly, it's kind of like a Reaper situation where he's probably just beaming you.
Yeah.
Because there's one less tank. Soldier's Tac Visor ultimate is now subject to damage fall off. So you can no longer Tac Visor from across the map and fucking kill the whole team with Nano. Now you kind of got to play with your team to get that benefit of your ult, to do better ult.
Right.
I will say Soldier probably benefits off the passive more than anybody.
Oh yeah.
Especially in ult. Oh my god. You could actually probably get another rotation of shots in with the passive. If you have key for ult too, forget about it.
Oh, 100%.
And also now you can get headshots while in Tac Visor. So it rewards aiming for the head still. So you don't have to just like let your fucking aimbot take over and do the work for you. Now if you actually go for headshots, get that kill quicker, you can move on to the next person, so on and so forth, get more damage in. I think Soldier right now is a little underwhelming because Sojourn exists. Granted, she doesn't have a heal or anything, but she just does so much.
Yeah, 100%.
I cannot find a reason to play Soldier over Sojourn. You know, granted, I'm sure Soldier's great, but I'd rather just play Sojourn.
Well, Sojourn's not really hit scam besides the railgun, right? I feel like Going against Pharah, Soju would be better. But
You just said it
overall,
yourself
I'd
then.
pick Sojourn. What?
Yeah. Oh, you said Soldier would be better for Pharah?
Soldier would be better, yeah, for Pharah, because he's actually
I
hit
don't
skin.
know.
Sojourn's
I don't
not hit
know
skin.
because Sojourn has the railgun.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's like the only hit scan she has, right? And you have to like build charge.
You get
Yeah.
charged pretty
Best to
fucking
do that.
quick. Also,
Not if
you
they,
can
not if they
kind
have
of
like a shield
you
tank.
can control part
but-
of the airspace with Sojourn too with her orb because it doesn't just like go until it hits something. It has a distance.
I find it more effective if I'm soldier versus Sojourn while
That's
facing a
fair.
Pharah.
I
I
mean,
don't
like
know.
it rewards better aim, of course. Soldier would probably be better because of the hit scan ability, and you can where she is, shoot her. You know,
Yeah.
hit scan.
Right.
Overall, Soldier's a little underwhelming right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Slightly.
Yeah.
So I think he could be better.
Below average.
Yeah. We're coming up to the end of our list. There's only 5 heroes left.
The fun one.
Let's talk
The fun
about
police.
the fun police. Mrs. Sombra.
Yeah.
Sombra Hackerman. Sombra had a lot of changes.
That's a lot on that.
Lot
Probably
of
the
changes.
most changes we've seen on a character.
Oh yeah.
So let's just start from the top. Sombra's thing was going invisible. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, she doesn't lose invisibility when she hacks. Okay. Now she can hack through
Yeah.
invisibility. She becomes visible for a moment before going back to being invisible, while hacking. That's a big buff to her. She now does more damage to hacked targets. Right now, it's what, 40%, right? Can I find it on here somewhere?
40%.
It's 40% more damage to hacked targets, which is fucking crazy. That is fucking
That's
absurd. Like they fucking went live with that. What?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
insane.
It's like, oh, I can't get rid of Zen's fucking shields with EMP anymore. Let me just fucking erase him from the game after I hacked him once. Like, holy shit. That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, let's just go from the numbers. We'll talk about everything after. Let's just go from the words. Sombra can use her hack ability while stealth is active without ending stealth effect. Her machine pistol damage was reduced from 8 to 7 per bullet. The spread of the machine pistol weapon was reduced by 10%. That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
That's a lot.
Wow.
The cooldown of Sombra's hack ability was reduced from 8 to 4 seconds. So she can hack twice as much now. The cooldown is no longer reduced when healing health packs, which is probably pretty good for her.
Yeah.
So she can fucking just do as much hacking as possible. There's no more cards after the game, so you won't see that she's actually just hacked 80 people in one match every game she plays, which is kind of sad. I kind of want to see those big numbers like that. The cast time of her hack, it does take longer for her to hack now. Okay, so because she's invisible, she does have to hack for a slightly bit longer. It's from 0.65 to 0.85. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's almost a whole second, which is a good amount of time to be standing still hacking somebody.
Yeah.
Especially if you become visible for a second while doing it. All you gotta do is shoot her and the hack stops. So, while an enemy is hacked, they are visible through walls to all of Sombra's team for 8 seconds. That's huge.
Yeah, it is.
That's huge. That's really good. That's walls, man.
Yep.
Wall hack.
And she can do it every 4 seconds. You can have 2 people pretty much visible almost all the time.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. If they're not like dealing with her in the backline, yeah.
Yeah.
Sombra's hack ability now destroys BAP's immortality field. It doesn't hack it, it destroys it.
I didn't realize it was a full destroy. That's pretty
It's a
crazy.
full destroy is what they've worded on this website from ign.com/wiki/overwatch2/all hero changes in Overwatch 2 #Sombra changes. So,
Wow.
maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just does hack, but according to them, it destroys it. So, if hack is interrupted before it's cast, the ability starts a full cooldown period, which is very good.
Mm-hmm.
So it punishes players for just trying to get a hack, and be a cheeky little shit. So if you're hacking and you get shot, you lose your hack and you gotta wait. You can
How's
immediately still
how's
do it.
Sombra and Total Mayhem, Ethan?
I haven't seen too much of Sombra and Total Mayhem, if
Really?
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah,
Wow, that's surprising.
it's mostly been just guaranteed Zarya. Because Moira is a counter pick to Sombra and Total Mayhem, and I don't feel like the hack is more of a uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a
Hindrance.
yes, thank you, hindrance to your overall character anymore as Overwatch 1.
Right. I
Yeah,
think hack
true.
is actually better in Total Mayhem because people take more damage from Sombra.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of is good for her, in that way.
Yeah. Because, like, in Total Mayhem in Overwatch 1, you get hacked and then you get poked a little bit, and then Sombra fucking flies off from her translocator. No big deal. It's whatever. But no, yeah, I haven't played against a lot of Sombra. How about you guys in comp?
Not
Have you
really.
seen a lot?
You see her in a lot of quick play. You don't see her in comp very much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And to be honest, she's not nearly as annoying. Like to me, I find I will talk about Genji Tracer all day. I find them
Yes,
way more annoying than Sombra,
100%.
which
Yeah.
is the opposite of how I felt in Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Feel like if you're a lone support in the back line, you get hacked, and then the Sombra just beams the shit out of you, and then goes on her merry way.
She probably
That
doesn't
could
even get the
probably
kill
be,
unless she lands all headshots.
yeah,
But now she doesn't need all headshots. She's got that damage buff. But they're
yeah.
nerfing the damage, I think, to 25%, not 40.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So they're taking the
Wow.
damage buff away a bit. So I think she'll be in a good spot once that nerf comes because she does a lot of damage to hack targets.
Yeah,
If you go into the
but
firing range and you hack a hog and you just shoot him, he's dead in one clip.
yeah, that's pretty nuts. I assume you're pleased with the transformation from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 with Sombra, or do you feel
Yeah,
like it
I
doesn't?
think I think I
Can
think
you
it's
go back
good for
up to the
her.
notes again?
I think it's good for her because it doesn't completely cancel out her character and make her unusable like a lot of people think that it does.
Yeah,
I think it goes hand in hand with May, where
yeah.
she's not as completely oppressive and unfun as she was in Overwatch 1 to play against.
Mhm.
I could play against a Sombra now and then just be annoyed and not mad,
Oh yeah,
As a highly
100%.
competitive, aggressive person, I think playing with Sombra now is a little bit more enjoyable than it was in Overwatch 1.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember on the initial release of Overwatch 2 videos when they showed the clips of Sombra staying in invisible while she hacked other people. I was like, oh no, Tony's just gonna hate this. Tony
Well,
will refuse to
what they
play.
didn't tell you, was that you aren't hacked for as long. Like you don't lose your abilities
Yeah,
for nearly as long. It's like 1.75 seconds or something.
yeah.
I mean, before it was 6 seconds of sitting there being like, I can't press my buttons.
Can't press my button.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
can't press them.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't press
I
them.
just got EMP'd. That's another 6 or 7 seconds. Oh, I got hacked
Yeah.
again. That was fucking 18, almost 20 seconds of not pressing buttons. Anyway,
Guess I'll die.
if you're even alive that long. All right.
True.
Yeah, I think Sombra right now. I think the nerf to a little bit of her damage is going to be good for her.
Yeah.
But
She's pretty good.
I think she's okay right now. I don't think she's below average. I think she's not even slightly above.
I think she's slightly above average,
I put her
personally.
just barely above average.
Yeah.
I don't think she's overpowered. I don't think she's underpowered. I think even with the nerf coming, she'll be fine. She
Yeah.
still does a lot of damage. She didn't have a damage buff before. Now she does. It's So anybody complaining about it needs to relax and realize that you still got a buff from the first game to this game.
Right. Take
So
a chill.
let's talk about what the fuck is wrong with my mouse. Let's talk. Oh, my DPI is low. What the fuck did I do? Let's talk about Symmetra a bit. Everybody thinks that Symmetra is dead. I don't play against her that much. I think she's annoying.
I rarely see her.
I hate being slowed by her turrets.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
slowed by Mei is one thing, because she's in front of you, you know what's doing it. Bruh,
Mhm.
if that turret is in some fucking cheeky corner and you don't see it, you're fucking being taken advantage of, you know? Like, it's wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, you know, a
you
big
guys,
thing.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, a big thing is if people ignore her turrets
Mm-hmm.
and just leave them be, that adds up. That damage adds up.
Yeah, it's fucking obnoxious when people don't shoot the turrets. Like, literally,
Yeah.
shoot them, they're out of the fight. They have a more.
Yeah.
I think they have a little bit more health right now, but they don't come back as quickly or something. Hold on. Let's read her abilities. I'm gonna go through her abilities a bit.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of her changes she got, and then we'll decide. Symmetra's teleporter will now automatically end after 10 seconds. Okay. So her
Mhm.
teleporter, I think it's on a shorter cooldown now. I know it's on a
That's
longer cooldown.
interesting. I didn't know that.
The teleporter build time is reduced from 2 to 1 second, so you can place it quicker. Okay, so you can place
Yeah.
your teleporter quicker. The range has been reduced from 30 to 22 meters. The health has been reduced from 300 to 200, and the cooldown has been increased from 10 to 12 seconds. So a little bit of a nerf to her teleporter, but she can cast it quicker because of she can put it down. Like, you can get your teammates out of a grab way faster,
Yeah.
like twice as quickly. You know.
Hmm.
I tried to do that yesterday and failed because I was being riddled with Zarya beam and had to leave it in 2 seconds. But I was like, oh my god, it's happening! I'm playing Symmetra and I can teleport it. I'm dead. Um, Symmetra's primary fire no longer generates ammo from damaging enemy barriers. Okay.
Yeah.
Her secondary fire projectile speed was increased from 25 to 50, literally doubling it.
That's
Doubling the
pretty good.
speed of her
I
projectile.
feel like this is how her secondary fire should have been.
The
Yeah.
speed of it.
Now it's like really nice. Yeah, for like a DPS
Yeah.
class,
Yeah.
it should have always been this fast.
The projectile damage was reduced from 120 to 90,
Hmm.
and then the
Probably for the
size of
best.
the this I didn't
Yeah.
know. The size of the secondary fire projectiles was
It's
increased from 0.4
gotten
to 0.5.
bigger.
I did that. I don't
I
see
did not
that.
know that.
I
That I
don't
didn't
see it, bro.
know. Maybe because it doesn't do as much
What is
damage.
0.1? It's
Still
not
though,
very
like the
large.
projectile itself is not a ball. It's this weird diamond
They
shape. It
change. They
looks
changed
smaller.
the graphics of it too, so I don't.
Yes, it looks smaller, but it's actually a
Mhm.
little bit bigger.
Hmm.
Her secondary fire costs 10 ammo instead of 7. Okay.
Yep.
The time to charge her secondary fire is reduced. It only takes a full second to charge her secondary fire.
Hmm.
So kind of mixed buffs nerfs to her secondary fire. I think all in all it's better because I think you'll benefit more from a fast projectile than a slow projectile
Oh,
Mhm.
100%.
as a Symmetra player, especially with the meta now or with the lack of
Yeah.
a tank now.
Yeah.
A lot of Symmetra players hate it. They hate it. They can't stand it. They hate change. They don't like it. Um,
Well, they'll get used to it.
the sentry turret's travel speed is increased from 15 to 20, so she can land her turrets faster now, which is fine. I thought they were okay, but I guess they're faster now.
I guess it helps with a faster paced game of
Mhm.
repositioning those turrets and giving them more chance to actually set up. Whereas someone would see them coming and then, just
Just
automatically
pick them
focus
off,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the movement speed reduction when you're hit by her sentry turret is
Hmm.
reduced, so you're not quite as
Oh.
slow. So before it was a 20% reduction speed, and now it's a 15% reduction speed per turret.
Oh. Oh.
So you're no longer half as fast if you're being beamed by 3 turrets. You're only almost half as fast
Wow.
when you're being beamed by 3 fucking turrets. I hate the slow ability from her turrets. If I can be honest, I cannot stand them.
The what?
Yeah.
The slow?
The slow. I hate it. I hate being slowed. It's so fucking annoying. But it's a part of her kit, so it is what it is. So I mean, um,
It sure is.
you just kind of get used to it. You just deal with it. Symmetra, I don't think is underpowered. I think it's in the situation of people are just using other characters, kind of like who did we say before was like that? Cassidy. I don't think or Echo. Echo's
Echo.
not
It was
bad. She's just
yeah.
not being used as much as other characters. I think Symmetra's in a similar boat in that regard.
Yeah.
I think her ult should be changed.
From the barrier.
From the
barrier's
barrier.
so
Yeah, it
clutch.
doesn't give you like
Yeah.
any offensive powers. As like a DPS, it doesn't really do anything for you.
Well,
Nah.
that's
Like,
the
offensive
problem
wise.
with how they've classified people's roles, right?
Yep.
I don't.
But she's
think-
like the only DPS that doesn't do damage to her ult.
Right, exactly. I think it's very situational. Okay.
Yep.
It's tough to say, but you're right, Ewan.
I guess
besides
Widow doesn't do damage, but it's like
Yeah.
it gives her vision, so it gives her more damage.
Right,
Mhm.
but I mean, you're as she's more of like a defensive DPS, right? Kind of like Mei
Yep.
in the same way. In the sense of you can use your ults and abilities to help and defend a point in your team,
Mhm.
whereas somebody like Tracer, Genji they're completely offensive and there's nothing defensive about them.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So I think Symmetra really benefits off of King of the Hill maps, right? Control point maps where you're like Nepal.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
But yeah, she's always been strong on control point maps.
That's literally where she shines. You won't see her nearly as strong on a payload map or anything like that. But I just think,
Or push map.
yeah, exactly. Even then, like if you're, let's say you're on that new map. What is it? Circuit Royale. If you're on Third Point Circuit Royale, and you put a barrier in front of like right where the stairs are, just before where the fucking point has to reach, I think that's great for attacking. But at the same time, you're right, where they honestly people just walk past it, and it's not super offensive in that regard. Maybe if enemies walk through it, they get a slow ability, they get a slow effect. Maybe you should be able to place your turrets on your barrier as symmetric,
Oh.
and then as
That'd be
when the barrier goes down, the turrets get destroyed. You know, something along like those lines. I think maybe she'd benefit from something like that. Who knows? I'm not a game designer. Maybe it's a bad idea. Who fucking knows? Maybe people will abuse it and get the fucking turrets and walls and shit. Who knows?
Right.
But it is what it is. I think she's okay. I don't think she's underpowered. I think she's underused. Under
Represented.
Yeah, like Echo in that way.
Yeah.
I will say Echo's is more because her ult was nerfed, which was like her whole kit was about copying other characters. When Symmetra's kit is all about being the defensive and hold a fortify position character, and that's just what she is. Yeah. She's still that. That hasn't changed.
Yeah, because there are only 2 DPS slots per team, and you have 17 DPS heroes to choose from. You have such a wide selection.
Exactly. Exactly. So, all in all, I think Symmetra's okay. I don't think she's overpowered. I don't think she's underpowered.
Maybe we'll see some changes in the future.
Maybe the OTPs will complain enough about Symmetra and they'll do something about it.
Right.
Let us move on to Torbjorn. He was recently removed from comp because he had this weird glitch bug ability, whatever the fuck it was, where he could just have his little armor passive, or his armor ability, where he can shoot faster. He just had armor all the time.
Oh yeah.
Where you could spam.
I know about
that. So he was not in comp. I don't know. I actually don't know if he's back in comp. I know Bastion's back. I don't know if Torb is back. But let's see. The primary fire recovery was reduced from 0.6 to 0.55 seconds. Does that mean it takes longer to shoot? What does it mean, primary fire recovery? What does that mean?
Primary fire? Oh.
Is that like recoil? Like the ability to pull your aim back from recoil?
I guess.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like maybe I don't know words enough. What does that mean? Primary fire recovery. Why do I not know what that means at all?
It's not fire rate.
Primary fire recovery. Fuck you, IGN. Why do you gotta say weird shit? Anyway, whatever.
Is it not fire rate?
I don't know. They don't say. It said fire rate in other.
It's not recoil. There's no recoil. Like I'm literally setting my mouse still, and
maybe it is
no recoil.
Fuck you, IGN,
has
for
to be, right?
using weird shit. Anyway, Torbjorn is okay. I don't think he's too strong. I don't think he's too weak.
I
I
don't
actually
think
think he's
he's
above
very
average.
strong.
I think Torbjorn's
Yeah.
always been good. I don't think he's below
Oh yeah.
average by any means.
Well, they didn't change his turret at all, right? So
Yeah.
the health or anything like that.
I don't think it'd be very wise to buff Torbjorn. He
No.
get very annoying very
Yeah,
fast.
his ability to lob headshots from across the map with no damage fall off is huge.
Yeah.
100%.
He's huge. Oh, and him when he's in Kiriko's ult with his hammer while he's got his own attack speed increase is so fucking fun. It's just dick 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 with the fucking hammer. It's like trying to put a nail in a wall.
Yeah.
He's so fun. Torbjorn's pretty quick. We got over him pretty quick. He's in a good spot. He's not terribly overpowered. He's not annoying. Let us talk about Tracer.
This is Molten Core. Broken.
Molten Core isn't broken.
Broken.
It's just really strong.
Broken.
It's not
Broken.
If it was broken,
Stays
we'd
for
only
a
see
long
Torbs, right?
Yeah, we would.
I see a lot of Torbs.
So,
Actually.
I really
how
don't.
is it broken? Is it the damage, in your opinion?
Yeah, damage and how long it stays.
It actually
Stays for, like,
disappeared. Like
10 seconds.
when you, I
isn't
feel
it?
like when I'm playing as Torbjorn, I feel like Molten Core doesn't last long at all. When I'm playing against Torbjorn, I'm like, fuck, how is this lava still here?
Yeah.
It's like Ham, dude. We didn't talk about Hammond mines that much, but Hammond mines last fucking forever.
What's the
Yeah,
log
they're
is out,
bitch.
right? Yeah.
And they nerfed it too. I think they actually reduced the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think they reduced the time that they were
It
active.
still feels like forever.
I just want a skin for Hammond where he's a squirrel and the fucking mines are acorns.
Things are acorn.
That's all I want. Anyway, back to characters. Let's talk about Tracer. The damage of her pistols was reduced from 6 to 5. Okay, but
Yep.
she gets such a huge benefit off of that.
That's it?
Yeah, I know. She gets such a huge benefit off of that passive if she gets a pick. Like, you
Mhm.
probably don't even notice it. Like playing as Tracer, I didn't notice that it was weaker at all.
No, I haven't played Tracer in Overwatch 2 yet.
She doesn't feel,
Any different?
yeah. I think Tracer got a buff from the lack of CC. I think that was huge for her.
Oh, 100%.
That made her so much more viable and so much more
Yeah.
fucking annoying as a gnat little bitch. That she's just really strong. I think she's okay. I don't think she's below average. I think she's above average.
She's
actually.
very above average.
I think she's very
Yeah.
above average. That's I agree.
She's always been above average, though. I don't
Yeah.
know.
High skill hero.
Kinda, but I feel like before with the amount of CC that was in the game, she couldn't get as much done. Now she can get everything done.
Mhm.
Right.
Let's just go ahead and just jump into Widow. I'm not because Tracer kind of really didn't have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Widowmaker, with the lack of a tank, got a buff because there's one less fucking shield, one less
Mhm.
big ass motherfucker she has to worry about.
Absolutely.
She
Health
doesn't-
back to 200.
Her health went back to 200 from 175. That's huge. Huge from a
dude.
character that can one shot from across the map. Huge.
True. Do you feel like she needed that health buff because of the well,
Just no.
just no.
I doesn't feel like she needed the health buff. I think she needed to stay the same for the sole fact that
Yeah.
Hanzo has to play close, Granted, he
Yeah.
gets his fucking one-shot headshot far away, but he's a projectile.
Right.
Widow,
Mhm.
as a one-shot hit scan character, did not need 200 health. I don't think that at all in any way.
Yeah.
I think she's really strong. I think she's above average because of her ability. I think any character that can one shot is above average. That's it. There's literally not much more else
Yeah.
to it than
I think
that.
I'd agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
True.
DPS in general.
DPS in general. is
Definitely
very
the
strong.
highest carrying potential.
I cannot
Yeah.
believe they buffed
Yeah.
tanks going into Overwatch 2 and didn't nerf DPS damage.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
buffing healing, instead of buffing tanks, instead of giving DPS this passive reload buff, just nerf a tiny bit of damage from a lack of a character being on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, you'll
Yeah.
feel like your time to kill is going to be longer, right? But like then you wouldn't have all these fucking changes coming around from every goddamn corner from every other character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Absolutely.
like DPS are going to be worse because they do a little bit less damage. Look at Genji. I cannot wait for this Genji change to come in, and people will be like, it still feels okay. And it's like, okay.
All right.
Do we want to talk about anything else really? We're kind of hitting the 3 hour mark here. I think we covered pretty much everything
Yeah.
besides maps and the bot.
We can do that some other day.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can talk about that. If this gets well received, we'll talk about that. All right. Thanks for tuning in. This is gonna take a hell of a long time to fucking edit and get some stuff on screen and do the little things on YouTube where you create timestamps if I even have that ability.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Thanks for listening if you've made it this far. Have a good one.
Like,
Bye-bye.
subscribe. Bye.
Ooh, and say bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.